Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. My name is Derek Forston. I'm the owner and thought leader of Forston Consultants, and that's simply a company where my family and I, we go all over the world showing people what this shared housing model is. And again, just thank y'all so much for being here. I'm also the founder and thought leader of Second Chance Housing, right? How dare I teach this and not do it? So I teach it from Forston Consultants, but my housing program is called Second Chance Housing, where we truly believe in creating pathways out of homelessness and helping people, kind of get that second chance in life, right? So we do this for adults, not women and children, not teenagers per se, right? Anybody that's 18 years or older. So again, I'm the founder and thought leader of Second Chance Housing, and that's my program where we take people from homeless to hopeful. But again, most importantly for you all that are here from Forston Consultants, my job is to teach you guys in literally what we do. How do we do it, and why in the world can we do this and not need a license to do it? So thank y'all so much for being here. I'm super excited. As most of y'all know, this is the week of our conference. So again, if I seem a little tired or all over the place, we are super busy just putting the final bows on everything. We're super excited. And again, just thank you to everybody that purchased the ticket. If you thought about coming and you couldn't make it, we even thank you, because again, if you thought about it and you thought enough to invest in yourself to come, or you wanted to come, we say thank you. But super thank you to everybody that actually purchased the ticket. We'll be seeing you guys Friday, Saturday for some of you VIP and elite folks. And a lot of you guys are flying in as soon as Wednesday. So I heard a lot about that. So thank y'all again so much, man, for just trusting me and my family to guide you guys in the light of, again, starting your own housing program without all of the hassle from your state. So again, if you're new to us and you've just discovered us, I want to know that in two ways. One, you can just put it in the chat and just type in the word new. But again, we got a free gift for anybody that's actually new to us. So if you type in the word new, or you text that word new to 407-326-0086, we'll actually send you a free gift just to say thank you so much for being here. And also just to kind of also give you something extra just to kind of continue your teaching, right? To make sure that this is ongoing. So again, if you're new to us, let me know. I want to know about it. And again, we're going to be super relaxed today. So not even sure if I even do a full 90 minutes or not, but I definitely want to entertain anybody that's new to us. Most of you guys have been around us for a long time. A lot of you guys are always here, but anybody that's new to us, my job, Miss Patricia, is to make sure by the time you leave here, you fully know what this is and which direction in which you want to go. Same thing with you, Sandy. So again, if I got a lot of new people, and trust me, if it's only y'all two, I'll give y'all a whole masterclass today, because this is something I promised God many years ago, that I said, God, if you let me get in this and you let me quit my job, God, I promise I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take any credit for it. So that's kind of what we do every Monday, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and every Saturday at 10 a.m. So definitely follow us, Miss Patricia, Miss Cindy, definitely, or Mr. I'm not sure. So please excuse me there. So I'll just say SW. You can make sure that you all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely follow us at Forston Consultants on Facebook and Instagram, but also become my friend on Facebook. And more importantly, I want you to go on my page to look at all of the stuff that we're posting. I want you to be nosy, right? I tell people to go and stalk our pages and be nosy in terms of, what is this? This guy talking about I can quit my job. This guy talking about I can start something that's like a group home, but it's not a group home. Exactly. So that's exactly what we want to show you guys. Because again, I'm just like most of you all that has ever come here. I was told you needed a license. I was told you had to buy the property. So again, if you're completely new to us, we teach a model that's called independent living facilities. And again, if you text the word new to 407-326-0086, we're going to give you a free gift. Just again to say thank you for being here, but also to continue your education in terms of what this is. Okay, so let's jump right into it. And thank y'all so much for being here. So now that I know I got some new people, y'all know it's game over now. So let me pull up some of my slides real quick, because I only need one person to just go all in. And as you guys are going to see, Miss Patricia and SW, we love questions. Simone, you're good to see you as well. We love questions. Hey, Katara, Miss Tia, hometown. Well, what's going on, TJ? I might have to start calling Tia Miss TJ Shay. I'm not sure yet, but good to see hometown here. I'm pulling some slides up because again, as y'all know, man, I only need one or two people to tell me that they knew, and I'm gonna go all in. So big shout out to Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia, if you could put in the chat what city and state you're in, Also, SW, Cindy, if you can put in the chat what city and state you're in, I want to make sure that I cater some things to you all as well. So just again, I'm gonna pretend that Patricia and SW are the only two in this room right now, and I'm gonna pretend that they know nothing about this model or what it is. So watch this. Miss Patricia, now I want you and Cindy or whoever watches this that's new to us, your first stepping stone to all of this is a webinar that we have on our website. Oh, Patricia, you family. I'm in Orlando. Welcome home, sis. You family. Dayton, Ohio. We getting ready to buy property there. And also my other brother, Dornico, was there. So you family, y'all gonna fit right into this. Dornico was just like you, SW, from Dayton, Ohio, came in here one day, didn't know what this was, and now has over 5 ILFs now in Dayton, Ohio. So you are in the right place. So watch this. An ILF is simply an independent living facility where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Now watch this. When you watch our webinar, you're going to hear a part of this story. Now I'm going to give it to you now probably in 5 minutes, but this can be a 3-hour story. Simply this simple, guys. I was a social worker, barely making ends meet, all of that good stuff, making $28,000 a year. God showed me a lady through my social work job, a lady that was housing people making $41,000 a month, but she was doing this in rats and roaches. So before you know anything else about my story, let's start there. Watch this, because I'm going to tell you guys really quickly that I'm not a genius, but because of God has blowed on this thing, by the time we finish, you're going to think I'm a genius, Miss Patricia, but I'm no genius. I barely finished high school. My wife tricked me to go to college. And through the grace of God, SW, I finished college and I landed this social worker job. And I'm begging God to change my life. And I'm trying to get into real estate, but I also want to help people. God gave me this job as a social worker and allowed me to see a lady that was making $41,000 a month. And I'm going to slow it down because I know I can talk fast. But Miss Patricia, did you just hear what I said? God allowed me to see a lady that was making 41 grand a month, but she was housing these people in rats and roaches. SW, the devil is a liar. Miss Joanne, Katara, Tiffany, Miss Shay, Miss Margaret, the devil is a liar. So my whole thought is when I saw that, I was like, wow, this lady making 41 G's a month and I'm making $28,000 a year. And the cheat code to all of this is when I found out that she didn't have a license and that she didn't own these properties. Miss Cherie, it blew my mind. I was like, here I am begging God to change my life. Here I am begging God to be involved in real estate. God showed me a lady that was mistreating people through real estate. Follow this story now. In Simonia, again, one more time, I was the social worker. So I saw both sides of this. But when I was begging people to show it to me, people hid this from me. Patricia, lucky for you, we're neighbors. And you in my city now. So my contacts are your contacts. If you get this coaching, this is going to be easy. We teach this in all 50 states and it works anywhere. But when people are close in proximity, it's just even that much easier. But watch this. God, again, back to me not being a genius and back to me telling God from the beginning, I said, God, if you let me get in it, remember the promise I just told you 5 minutes ago. I said, God, if you let me get in this, I'll go all over the world teaching it and I'll never take any credit. And that's literally what I do right here every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. Now listen to me do it. Guys, I am a complete nobody without God. But with God, I can do all things because it's he who strengthens me. And by the time we done, y'all can be like, wow, this guy. But trust me, I take no credit for this. God just allowed me to see something that was literally my dream. And there go Dornico, just like I said. Now, it sounds like they know each other. But see what I mean? But again, watch this. Back to that story. God just showed me a lady that was doing this the wrong way. So I'm no genius. We just got into something we saw that was already being done, and we put our own spin on it. And when I found out I didn't have to own the property and I didn't need a license, game over. And that's what started all of this. And now today, through Forston Consultants, we go all over the world sharing this thing. Because that's what I truly believe my assignment is. I run into so many people now every day that this is their dream. They want to start a housing program, and they have no clue that they can do this and not need a license. You don't have to own the property. I don't need a sprinkler system. I don't have to take this 50-hour course and almost have a degree in it. I don't have to call the fire marshal for a walkthrough. That's what blew my mind as I saw a lady doing this, actually the wrong way, mistreating people, and she was making 41 grand a month doing it. Miss Patricia, can you imagine making $41,000 a month, Miss Patricia? Now, excuse my ignorance if you make well over that now. Excuse me. But most people that we run into and the people that God has put me in the path of, we ain't making 41 grand a month until y'all meet me. Okay. So back to the example and back to the definition. An independent living facility is simply the opposite of what every one of y'all been told that y'all couldn't do unless you had a license. It is simply an environment, Miss Pierre, my sister now, that you're able to live and thrive without the need for staff, without the need for oversight. You know how many people just this past week that said, Derek, boy, I was going into the ILF until I found you on YouTube. You guys talking about the same thing, but no license? Guys, we are the cheat code to everything you've been trying to do. And I told you, if you was listening, I take no credit for this. And that's the other cheat code to why we're successful, because I give God all the credit. Watch this. God just allowed me to run his program. My program is called Second Chance Housing. That's God's program, Miss Joanne. Joanne, you know that. Joanne, put it in the chat and tell the people what's the name of God's program where you live at, but you just run it. We're the overseers. I'm the overseer of Second Chance Housing. But the real CEO and the guy that run it, who's over it, and the real founder is Jesus Christ. Now, Miss Patricia, before I go any further, you and SW, y'all gonna think I'm a pastor. I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, and I'm no bishop. But boy, we love God and we love people. And now we love real estate. And God has allowed us to mesh and gel all of these together, Miss Cherie, Miss Joanne. We mesh it all together. Real estate, the love of God, and social services. That's all this is, ladies and gentlemen. You can call this whatever you want to. We just happen to brand and we trademarked independent living facility. But you can call it shared housing, shared living, co-living. Put a number 7 in the chat if you're following me so far. If this has been your dream so far, put a number 7 in the chat. If you're following me, put a 7 in the chat. Forefront Living Solutions. That's what Miss Joanne is now. Joanne was just like a lot of y'all a couple months ago. Joanne came in this room, and again, no coincidence. Joanne had this on her heart already. Praying and talking to God every day, and bam, he meshed us together. Now Joanne has multiple properties doing this now, housing women. I house men. How great is that, guys? So again, one more time, if you're new to us, an ILF or shared living for us, guys, just simply means a shared living environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Now, I'm going to give you guys a lot of information tonight, and God bless you if you missed the conference that's coming up. It's sold out, but boy, I wish y'all could be there. If you're coming to this sold out conference, put a number 10 in the chat. Let me see who are the people that are actually here. But again, the first steps to all of this is watching our webinar, and you can literally get our webinar by just texting more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. Again, you're going to text the phrase more info. That'll give you the webinar. That webinar gives you an absolute free call with us. Don't cost you a dime. You get a free discovery call. The next step is watching the YouTube, which is what you're doing right now. Third step is just simply take action, because now I want to take your dream, and just like the slogan for this event, from idea to implementation. A lot of you all, you've been wanting to do this. You just didn't have no clue where to start it. You was just like me 7 years ago when people was hiding it from me. So in fact, put a number 8 in the chat, and I'm gonna be the first one on this one. Put a number 8 in the chat if you've been trying to do this and people have been hiding it from you. That's what in fact, I'm gonna put a double 8. I'm gonna go twice. I used to be the dadgum social worker, y'all, and they was hiding it from me. Put a number 8 in the chat if you've been wanting to do something similar to this, but people have been trying to either hide it from you or misleading you with the information, or you didn't know that this was also an option to do this without a license. And again, if you're new to us, an ILF, which is an independent living facility, is similar to a group home, but without all the red tape. It looks like a group home. If you just came in this room and I've never said the word ILF, you would have thought this was a group home. We actually kind of despise the word group home in a way. Not that I'm against group homes, but where I live at, group homes have a bad stigma attached to it. Like, people don't like group homes. As soon as you mention the word group home, everybody lip frown up. So we thought, man, you know what? We're going to change the way people are living. We're going to change the way people are being housed, and we're going to change the name of it. And when you own something and you trademark it, you call it what you want. So we trademarked independent living facility. I'm the opposite of an ALF. I'm an ILF. The clients that we serve, they can cook their own bologna sandwich. They can provide their own transportation, and they can take their own medications, because I'm not a nurse, Miss Cherie. Joanne, you and I are not nurses. I teach this to a lot of nurses, but Joanne's not a nurse. Katara's not a nurse. Miss Patricia, unless you tell me differently, are you a nurse? Miss Cherie, are you a nurse? Not that you have to be. Now, I do teach my nurses a little bit different because of what their skill set is and how they can leverage what their profession is. People trust them more than they'll trust me and you, just because they're a nurse, right? But essentially, these pictures that you're seeing on the screen now, this is what our ILF looks like. It's a shared living environment for a property that I don't even have to own, guys. That's the other cheat code to it. Remember, as a poor social worker, I couldn't figure out how to buy these places. But when I saw the lady that was making 41 grand a month in rats and roaches, and she was like, Derek, I don't own these places. I was like, that was the only thing she told me, y'all. She would never teach it. She would never show me. She wouldn't like nothing. But the day that she told me, Miss Patricia, she's like, Derek, she said, Derek, you think I own these places, don't you? I was like, yeah. She's like, Derek, I don't own these places. Ding, 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 ding. Lord have mercy. Can y'all imagine the weight that was lifted off of my shoulder? Because just like most of y'all, you thought you needed a license to do this. You thought you had to go and ask your city and your state. First of all, that's most of y'all problem. You talking to the wrong people using the wrong verbiage. I found out. In fact, there's a saying that says something like, how does that saying go about just do it now and ask for forgiveness later? How does that saying go, y'all? Like, it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. Now, watch this. I'm not giving that advice to anybody. You do business the way you want to, right? We're going to do business the right way. But I also know that when I started this, everybody in my city told me it was impossible. But as soon as I got it off the ground, they begged for it now. Can you imagine that? Because if I call my city right now on a conference call with all of y'all on this thing listening, and hey guys, I want to start a first of all, they have no clue what an ILF is. Let me tell all of y'all right now, give you some free coaching. If you try to call your city talking about you want to open an ILF, they have no clue what that is. That's why I'm a trailblazer, first of all. And that's why we trademarked it. And that's why one day, because right now there is no license to start an ILF, but one day, because of me and my team, there will be some protocol and a certain kind of license to get into it. Because watch this, the greatest thing about an ILF, you don't need a license. The worst thing about an ILF is that you don't need a license. Because for some of the people that would do this, like the lady that I saw doing this, making 41 grand a month, housing people in rats and roaches, and the beds were on the ground, no sheets, no pillow, no comforter, no pillowcase, as roaches are running in and out of the mattress. It didn't look like these great pictures that I'm showing y'all. This is the vision that I had when I was calling everybody in my city talking about, can I do this? They was like, Derek, are you crazy? Nope. Derek, are you crazy? Nope. But as soon as I got it, Lord have mercy. Not a city begged for it. Every social worker in the city begged for what we do. And if you've been listening long enough, watch this. I take no credit for this, guys. God is good and he is amazing. And the housing crisis is serious in your city. I don't care where y'all live at. In fact, let's put in the chat right now in network. Put in the chat what city and state you're in terms of where you're going to learn your ILF. Because I don't care where it is, Dayton, Ohio, Orlando, Florida, Wisconsin, doesn't matter. Detroit, Atlanta, it's a homeless problem everywhere in the world right now. You guys can be the solution to that. Your problem is that you didn't have the coaching and you thought you needed a license. God bless you today, because my job is to dispel all of those myths. The same way people hid it from me, my job is to do the opposite. We got coaching packages. I got an event coming up Friday. But I always tell people, if you don't buy a thing from us, if you show up Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, you can still get in the game. Our coaching is the people that will say, Derek, I don't want to make no excuses. Derek, and I heard y'all build a website. Y'all build my logo. You give me all the paperwork. I get the one-on-one coaching with you, Derek. That's for the people that want that. We got people that literally just come in this room and be like, wow, man, like I learned more from you tonight, Derek, than I went to a conference 2 weeks ago. We hear a lot of that. And that's to the goodness of God, and I take no credit for that. But I made a promise to God. I said, God, if you give it to me, I promise I'll go all over the world teaching it and I'll take no credit. So again, if you ever desire to house the homeless or the displaced or to start your own housing program and you just didn't know where to start at, we got the starting point for you. You just text the phrase more info to 407-326-0086. And my team is going to give you an absolute free webinar, which is the starting point to all of this. That webinar now gives you a free phone call with me and my team to talk about how can we get you started or what are your questions from what you saw in that webinar. Because tonight, I'm going to just treat y'all like family. But in that webinar, it's in a more structured way. I'm trying to be all nice and proper. But on here, I'm going to treat y'all like family. Bring all your questions right now because I want to answer every question you got. Because remember, somebody going to forget this promise. But I said, God, if you give it to me, I'm going to come back and give it to the people. So make sure you don't leave this room without asking your questions, okay? Let's take a break. I got to pay a few bills and we'll be right back. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Thank y'all so much for being here again. We super appreciate it. And don't forget, any questions that you all may have, let me know in the chat. I want to make sure that I'm giving a lot of value today. What's going on, Miss Charmaine? Good to see you as well. Charmaine, you got some neighbors in the house today. So it looks like Dornico's here. And also, I do believe somebody else was from Miss Patricia. Was it? I think was from Dayton, Ohio as well. Or was that SW? I think that was Miss Patricia. No, Patricia's in Orlando with me. SW was in Ohio. So again, thank y'all so much for being here, man. I super appreciate that. I want to answer some more questions, and I'm also going to go to the chat to see if you guys asked any questions to me. Let me see. And usually when I don't see questions, that means I'm answering a lot of stuff that you were probably already thinking. So let's do this real quick. I want to do this for a family that just joined us, and it's about 13 people they have. Everybody always asks us kind of what it looked like. So I want to start here. And the reason why I start with this picture, and even specifically for tonight, this family, and forgive me if I pronounce your last name the wrong way, but I'm gonna try. Lemunsky. That's the way it looked. So the Lemunsky family. You guys were asking, what does it look like? And do we offer private rooms for people that may not want to share? Yes, you're right. I do talk a lot about the shared environment because the population that we serve, they can't afford their own house, their own apartment, and a lot of times not even their own private room. So 90 to about 95% of the guys that I house, Mr. and Mrs. L, I'm going to just put it that way, they are in that shared room where you're going to see the 2 beds per room. But this is a great example of what a lot of our people that are now calling for. Miss Patricia, it's now the military veteran. It's the guy that's got a job at Walmart, at McDonald's, at Sonny's Barbecue, at Outback Steakhouse, at the gas station. He's a substitute school teacher. But he wants a private room with a lock on the door because he's not like my other people. So in this one model, Mrs. and Mrs. L, Mr. and Mrs. L, it's actually 3 different ways that you can be housed in it. So it's called an independent living facility. And if you forget that, just call it shared housing. But within this one model, there's 3 different choices. One is the room that you're looking at now. Some of the pictures that I'm going to show you guys can be shown as a private room, but some of these same rooms have their own bathroom. That's the difference. So for number 1, and I'm going to start with the private room. Private room means you have your own bed and your own bathroom, and you don't have to share the bathroom with nobody if you don't want to. Now, I have a lot of guys that I have private rooms with that I rent to that they don't mind being a buddy or a good person to their guy down the hall that needs to use the bathroom, but the other bathroom's being used. This guy's got a private room. He don't have to share that bathroom, but most of my people that have their own bathroom, they allow other people to use it. No problem. Well, this is also for the military veteran Or the guy that says, Derek, I don't want to share no room, bro. Derek, I'm a grown man, bro. Or Derek, man, I've been living with my siblings all my life. Derek, I want my own room, Mr. Derek. No problem. This is the same person that will want a room like that. And for the same family that asked the question, yes, most of the beds that we're going to use are twin beds. Sometimes extra long, extra large twins. Now with the private rooms, a lot of my people, when they want their own private room, they actually bring their own beds at times. My wife's house is just like that. My wife does the same thing that I do, y'all, from a nonprofit standpoint, from the Angela Denise Foundation. Some of their women say, Derek, I don't want that little bed, bro. Like, I don't want your little twin bed, Derek. Derek, I got a queen. Can I bring that? No problem. But when we set it up, we remember we're a one-stop shop. Mr. John, you asked that question. Does the clients pay lights and water and cable? And I can tell when a lot of you guys are newer to us because we answer a lot of this stuff all the time. But I love it, so it don't matter to me. We're a one-stop shop, meaning the rent, the lights, the water, the cable, the Wi-Fi, the security code, the camera system, that's a one payment to us. And for me, now where I live at in Orlando, because wherever you live at, guys, your pricing is going to be different. Katara doesn't charge what I do. Katara's in South Carolina. Katara, can you put in the chat what's the name of your program and where you're located? I'm going to use her for an example. Katara, again, was like a lot of you all wanted to do this forever. Ran into us by the grace of God and now has a program. Guess what Katara's problem is right now? Trying to find that next property. You're talking about a good problem, but still aggravating. Somebody ask Katara right now how aggravated she is because she ain't quite nailed that next property yet, but need it. Ask Miss Rita right now, who's only been under our coaching for 8 weeks, how aggravated, but in a good way that she's full, but need another property. So to the L family again, you guys ask, what's the biggest barrier in this ministry? Getting the property to do it in. Guys, the clients are plentiful. To fill these beds that you see on this screen, can I have 2 people just shoot me a thumbs up that you can see these pictures? I want to make sure that I'm not just flipping through pictures and y'all thinking y'all seeing it, but y'all don't see nothing. Give me 2 people that say, yeah, Derek, I can see these pictures. But again, back to Miss Rita again, too. Rita's only been under our coaching for 8 weeks. Got a fully furnished house full of people and need another one. Katara is in the same boat, aggravated, frustrated. But in this business, I'll admit, that's a pretty good frustration to have, that you doing so well at this that your only problem is, Charmaine, is that you can't find real estate fast enough. That's my prayer for every one of y'all. And thank y'all who are doing the thumbs up. I appreciate that, because I would hate to be flipping through pictures thinking that y'all can see it and you can't. But my prayer for each and every one of y'all, God bless these people where the only problem, other than Lord, we know we're going to deal with people. People are peopling, right? But God, let real estate kind of be their only barrier, meaning that you can't get it fast enough because your phone ringing off the hook. Had a talk with a lady today that's doing this, and she's an HRA, don't have a property yet. She getting so aggravated. She's making a ton of money off referral fees. But I said, can you imagine what this would be like if you was housing these people yourself? Now, if you're new to us and you don't know what the HRA is, that stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you can turn yourself into a housing referral agency and never need a property, but still make money by making referrals to people like Katara, who already has the house. Look at what Katara just put in the chat. I'm going to put it on the screen so all y'all can see it. This is the only frustration that I pray for when you guys get in this. Not you get a house and can't fill it. That's my fear. And I hate to use the word fear, but I don't want y'all to ever speak that around us and our coaching. Shouldn't be a reason why your beds are full. The only hurdle to this business, and listen to me real carefully because I can talk fast and sometimes I stutter, but I'm going to try to say this slowly and not stutter one time. Watch this. The only hurdle in this ministry, guys, should be that you can't find real estate fast enough. And I'll admit that's kind of a good problem to have. But even the prayer behind that would say, God, release the real estate. Because that first said is just that I want y'all to be so successful with getting the phone to ring, first of all, because that's the gist of all of this. How do you get your phone ringing? She said, waiting list is steady growing, but we can't obtain properties fast enough. And watch this. I got a whole saying about sometimes you don't need the real estate. You need relationship, because through the relationship will come the real estate. Ask Katara again, how did she get her first property? And Katara, before they even ask you, type it in the chat. She got it through a relationship with somebody at a real estate conference that we kind of instructed her to go to and how to go about it. How genius was that? Dornico, same example. Found one landlord, and now every property Dornico get comes from the same guy. Come on, guys. That's what's exciting. But Mr. and Mrs. L, back to your example, this room that you see right here, that's the one that most of my houses look like. And I'll admit, to answer your other question, my favorite model is that 4-bed, 2-bath home. Okay? So again, 90 to 95% of all my houses look just like this with the two people, because watch this, guys. Remember, now here's the real estate investing side of this. Yes, this is ministry. Yes, we want y'all helping people. But Miss Cherie, I do not want you running a shelter. Miss Patricia, I don't want you running a shelter today. Joanne, Katara, Miss Charmaine, I don't want you running a shelter today. I want you to be making an impact in your community while you're also making a profit. The 2 people per room, Miss Charmaine, is where we're going to ensure that the overhead is not going to matter much. Charmaine, put in the chat what city and state you're in. It doesn't matter most of the time with the overhead, because the 2 per room for me in Orlando, that's 7 and 7. Some of my houses, that's 8 and 8, meaning 800, 800. That's $1,600 per room. Follow me on the math, Miss Patricia. At $1,600 a room, and I got 4 bedrooms, do the math on that. Somebody put that in there. Canton, Ohio, your number's going to be just like me and Dornico's. No different. Most of you guys can type in the chat where you live at, and I'm going to tell you what you should be charging. In fact, Dornico, if you're still here, tell her what she should be charging in Canton, Ohio. No matter how far she is from you, D, don't matter. We already kind of know what your range is going to be. Unless you live in California, New York, New Jersey, some of those higher upper state, Oregon. Where's my sister from Oregon? Is she here tonight, Miss Fox? Dornico telling you right there. And then by the time January comes, Dornico give himself a $20 raise. He's gonna be $700 a bed, just like that. Guys, you just gotta follow the sauce, man. Because watch this. I tell people this because somebody gonna say, "What, Derek? Watch this, guys." And this is a gem. I also have learned, and I learned this from my big brother. May he rest in peace. My brother taught us to kind of break this down by the day. So now take that same $700 and break it down by the day. Now listen to the advertisement. Guys, I am less than $24 a day. And in the nastiest hotel in your city with the roaches in it and the bed bugs, they still want $80 a night. You guys become an absolute no-brainer when they see the housing that I'm showing you guys right now. Listen to what I just said again, guys, and we include the lights, the water, the cable, the Wi-Fi. And in this room, for that price that we just told you, that if you break it down by the day, you're less than $25, $24, less than $23 a day. Guys, I become an absolute no-brainer like that. Why you think that I'm a preferred vendor in my city? Why you think Dornico is a preferred vendor where he lives at in Dayton, Ohio? Why you think Qatar was the preferred vendor in South Carolina? Guys, we're an absolute no-brainer to other people. Now watch this, because somebody said, "Well, Derek, everybody don't want this, Derek." No problem. The guy that's too prideful to live in this, God bless him. Because watch this. When I first got into this, y'all, because of what my background is as working as a social worker in a mental health hospital, every client I got a mental health background. But today, Miss Charmaine, guess what most of my clients are now? The newer people. These guys got jobs. It's the everyday Joe that y'all working with at your job and you don't know it. But when you go home at night to your house and your AC and your family and your bed, they go sleep in their car at the Walmart parking lot. But show up every day just like you do, sometime before you do. Miss Charmaine, I tell you right now, Cherie, Patricia, I'll tell you right now, there's people in your city right now that you work with And you don't know it. But when you go home, they go to the Wawa gas station, the Shell gas station, Walmart parking lot, and sleep overnight, to the gym, the local gym, and take a bath. And you never know it because she look good, she smell good, they appear to be clean, and you don't know it. That's the new population of people that we're housing now. Most phone calls, I'll still admit, sounds like this. Some guy from a hospital. Hey, Mr. Derek, got another one. I'm calling from Advent Health Hospital, and got this guy named Joshua discharging tomorrow. That's all the time. But now the call is this. Hey, Jess or Mr. Derek. Yeah, man, I'm just, falling on hard times, man. Got a full-time job at Publix, make $22 an hour. I actually get a little overtime every month, Derek. Just can't afford my own house. And Derek, boy, these apartments are getting real high, bro. And Derek, I can't afford first, last, and security. Derek, I heard you would take $700 today and bill me monthly. That's the call that we're getting today. So we're meeting the gap of that guy that don't fit the criteria to be in an ILF, an assisted living facility. He can't afford an ILF. I'm housing a guy that can't afford his own house. He can't afford to get his own apartment, but he can afford this shared living environment that I'm showing you right now. And some people, I hate to say it, but you're going to find yourself having to educate people and say, hey, Joe, man, I know this ain't really what you're looking for. You've always had your own place, Joe. But Joe, man, until you get on your feet, bro, this is only $700 a month. And there is no light bill. There is no water bill. There is no Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is on me, Joe. Lights and water on me, Joe. The security system is on me, Joe. That cool AC that's blowing at 75 and it's 98 degrees outside, that's on me, Joe. That fan in your room, your bed, your pillow, your pillowcase, your towel, your welcome kit with your toothbrush, your toothpaste, that's on me, Joe. Joe can be like, dang, boy, Derek, boy, you sure right, man. Like, it ain't many other places where I can go. And now I'm saying, Joe, man, listen, bro, just use me as a stepping stone, bro. You don't have to always be here, Joe. I want to help you for as long as you need to be here, bro. Because Mr. and Mrs. L, you also asked this question to me, Derek, how long can they stay? As long as they want. I have no time frame on my program, Charmaine. And Charmaine, when I teach you, Charmaine, I'm gonna say because you said, well, Derek, how long can Brad and Jose stay? I'm gonna say, Charmaine, long as they pay the rent on time, all the time, sometimes early if they can. They don't break any rules. They don't destroy property. They don't fight you or your staff. Charmaine, he can stay as long as he want to. And when I say staff, I mean third-party vendors that come in to fix the AC, to fix the dryer. My homeboy that may come and change a light bulb if I'm not in town, because we don't have staff, guys. So does this make sense, everybody? Can 5 of y'all tell me, Derek, this makes sense? Because if you lost, I also want to know that. But give me 5 people to tell me right now that Derek, like, this makes sense to me, bro. You're telling me that we can get a house that I can lease it or I can rent it. I don't have to buy it. I'm going to tell you in a minute when we come back from break, how do you build relationships with social workers and case managers to get your phone ringing? And Derek, I'm housing individuals that can cook their own food, provide their own transportation, and Derek, they take their own medications. Give me 5 people in the chat that says, Derek, I get it. This ain't rocket science, Derek. Like, this is what I've been trying to do. Give me 5 people that just really, really get and understand that. Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information. But let's just say you want more one-on-one coaching, just like what you're receiving now. You're actually looking for our ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's our hand-holding one-on-one coaching, where that's what most of the people that come to us, that's what they want. They don't want to just watch me on YouTube all the time, right? They want me in their back pocket for one-on-one coaching. And what's super powerful about it right now, that there's a scholarship that's actually available that brings that down to only $7,500, a long ways from the normal price of the 15 grand. So even doing this live right now, if you guys text IMB below, my team can send you over some information. But nevertheless, definitely go over and see forstonconsultants.com and check us out there as well. Let's get back to the show. Y'all for participating in the chat too. Charmaine said this makes sense. Cindy says this makes sense. I love it. Let me scroll down. Who else is here? Cherie said, amen. Cherie said, this makes sense. Patricia said, I get it. Patricia, you making it make sense. I love that. And that's what our coaching is like. So again, for Mr. and Mrs. L that asked about our one-on-one coaching, that's called our ILF Mastery Blueprint. I'm going to talk about that tonight as well, but that can be found at our website as well at forstonconsultants.com/IMB. So the IMB will literally take you straight to our one-on-one coaching. That's what a lot of people get from us. Our original coaching, as you heard from the commercial, is usually 15 grand, the original price, but most people use the scholarship and get it at 7,500. We do get blessed with some people say, well, Derek, no, I'm gonna just pay the whole price. Great. But most people apply for the scholarship and get it really easily, and then knocks it down to 7,500. And then here lately, big shout out to a lot of people that's been sharing it. So meaning you split 37.50 a piece and two of y'all went in together. We also allow people to do that, right? Whereas a lot of coaches, they hate that. A lot of coaches don't want you to do that. They rather you spend the 7,500 like individually. We don't care. We just allow two people to go in together if you want to do it. But it also gives you an accountability buddy. So we like that part of it, so that somebody can also help you and hold you accountable. Now, you don't have to get the coaching together, but to help you financially, we do allow people to split our coaching in half and split that with two people. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the chat and then I want to cover the HRA. A lot of people that know us, that's even been around us a while, that still amazes me that they don't know what the HRA is fully. The HRA is called the Housing Referral Agency. And to me, I call it the cheat code and the no-brainer to getting started. Many years ago, when we first taught this model of independent living facilities and how to run them, you had to have a house to make it work, whether you rented it or leased it. And for a lot of people, that was the cheat code. But we want to help people so much that, one day I was like, God, I want to help the people that can't get no house. God, I thought I solved everybody's problem when I said, well, if they don't have to buy it, they can rent it or lease it. God was like, Derek, what about the people that want to do this? I put it on their heart, but they can't buy no house or rent one. He was like, Derek, do this HRA thing. And he reminded me by literally a couple years ago when I first got into this. To make a long story short, somebody sent me a referral. And the guy sent me a contract and everything, y'all. And I'm going to just be honest, as y'all big brother, I didn't read the contract. I was just so happy to get this new client from this new place, not knowing, dummy me, that this was a contract that I would owe this guy money. And this is a company. Guys, I had no clue that this even existed. So the guy, and I'm going to just call the guy Jose. He sent me a client named Jose. Jose moves in, pays rent. Boom. This guy from this company sends me an invoice. And it was like for half of what the guy rent was. So let's just say I was charging $800 for rent. The company sent me an invoice for $400 and said in the invoice, we're going to send another one next month for $400. Y'all, I was so mad. I was livid. I called this guy and I gave it to him. Y'all, before God in heaven, I'm going to tell all y'all right now, I was wrong. I was wrong. I had to repent and apologize. Dummy me. Remember, I told you the guy sent me a contract. In the contract, it says, if you take my client, you owe us a referral fee. Fast forward this many years later, I'm teaching people how to house folks, and God said, Derek, remind the people of when you got upset and you was ready to fight that guy when he charged you that referral fee. I said, God, you are a genius. Oh my God. So literally, he said, Derek, this is for the people that want to do this. I put on their heart to house people, but they can't rent a house or lease one, and they surely can't buy one. Teach them how to become a housing referral agency. Miss Cherie, this is what you've been talking about. Me and you done talked about this more than once. This is where you can still make an income and an impact in your community, and you never need real estate. And I'm going to always give the example. I usually give two of them. Of Miss Letitia Warren, I'm going to get to her second, but the other two women that are in their 70s that do the HRA. And this is what their mind process is. Derek, I'm 70 years old now. Derek, I don't want to house these people the way y'all do. I done got old now, Derek, and but God has really put it on my heart to help these people, Derek. So when she discovered the HRA from us, they both think I'm a genius. Derek, you must be a genius. You allowed for us to do what God has put on our heart, and we never need real estate to do it in. Because Derek, I don't want to move him in. I don't want to move him out. Derek, I ain't got old now, Derek. We've taught them how to build relationships with social workers and case managers just to get the phone ringing. Now, when the phone rings, we teach you how to do the assessment and now refer out to other people that already have the property. How genius is that? It's just like the guy that gave me the client, and I got all upset when the guy sent me an invoice. Dummy me. Guys, I had no clue that this was a business model. Now, if you honest and you like me and you ain't no hater, and I'm going to be the first one, put a number 9 in the chat if you didn't know that that was an actual business model, that there's companies that all they do is look for people like us who have the housing, because all they do is call to see if you got beds. And if you're nice to me tonight, I'll play a voicemail and let you hear it. Lord have mercy. I didn't know this, Katara. Now, if they'll be honest with me, Charmaine, like me and you just did, Charmaine, they'll be honest and say, wow, Derek, I didn't know that. So, Derek, I can take phone calls and just act like I got the housing, but then hang up and then call my network. Oh, my God, because this is what the HRA teaches you. And lucky for y'all, we built the whole course behind it. I got a free webinar that's in 14 minutes. It'll change your life of how to do this. And again, you get it by texting more info to that phone number, 407-326-0086. All you got to do is text more info. In fact, I think they built me a little banner thing for it. Hold on, y'all. Let me see here. I think I got a banner for that more info. If I don't, y'all just follow the instruction. Type more info to 407-326-0086. And that's it, guys. So the two women that are in their 70s, they think I'm a genius, because one of them, they actually like the fact that I give them a virtual assistant inside of the course. So with this HRA Business in the Box, I actually give y'all a VA, a live person, a virtual assistant, your own assistant. But again, I'm going to slow it down, because what is a housing referral agency? That is simply you building a business. That means remove your first and last name. We is not doing this under Charmaine Sanders. That may be CS Solutions, Sanders Enterprise, Sanders Solutions, or something of that nature. We're going to remove the liability of your name, Charmaine. Now we start a business from it, because even me at Second Chance Housing, that's still my housing program and my referral agency rolled into one. Mr. and Mrs. L, you asked that question. I'm knocking it out for you right now. You don't need two businesses to do this one thing. I house people, period. Whether I'm going to refer them out or whether I move them in my own property. Does that make sense? Because I don't want to lose anybody. The HRA allows you to do exactly what me, Dornico, and Katara do all the time, house people. But this allows you to do it by leveraging Dornico. The young lady that said that you was from Dayton, Ohio, you should be filling Dornico's beds. Look at what Dornico put in the chat. I got beds and he got money. Because I tell you right now, I got 4 beds total myself. I got 2 in Kissimmee, 2 in Orlando. That means that I'll pay up to $300 per referral. If my math is correct, 3 times that 4 is $1,200. Who wants $1,200 from me right now? Please send me a military veteran. Please send me an elderly adult, because that's my criteria. The HRA webinar is going to teach you to learn what Dornico's criteria is. Why would you call Dornico for a 22-year-old female when all he houses is 40-year-old men and up? Find out the criteria. I'll tell you right now, I love the older people. My wife houses women. I house the men. You can call Jess for all referrals. Jess' number is 407-813-2640. Jess is actually on vacation too, y'all. She's actually been out for the last few days. Might be back, I think, Thursday. I forgot about that. And then the virtual assistant, which is Jess for me, that's how that works. And thank y'all for being honest in the chat, because Patrice, Miss G, I was ready to fight that guy. Patricia, I was so angry. I said, how he gonna charge me for giving me a referral? Dummy me, uneducated, ignorant, had no clue, Patricia, that there's companies all over Orlando and in your city where you live at, that this is all they do. They don't buy real estate. They don't want real estate. All they do is call people and say, hey, Miss Patricia, how you doing? Got another one. How many beds you got? And give me 5 of y'all that don't believe that, and I'll play a voicemail that I get all the time. Give me 5 of y'all say, Derek, I want to hear the voicemail. If 5 people put, I want to hear the voicemail, I'm going to play voicemails from y'all from the calls that we get sometimes. What does it sound like? Why are they calling us? These independent living facility guys or this shared housing is so needed. And even as an HRA, you can still help and you don't need the property. Second point, why would you want to be an HRA? Because God has put on your heart to house people, but you ain't bought a house, you ain't rented one, and you haven't leased one yet. Because the goal is that you will. You also may be an HRA because what does Dornico do when he gets full to capacity? What does Miss Rita do right now who's full to capacity but keep getting phone calls every day? You got to help and still try to refer out to other people. And that's where you make your referral fee at. And you decide what your fee is. You can call yourself a housing specialist. You can call yourself a housing referral agency. I don't care what you call yourself. Preferably call yourself a business. Because remember, I don't want you to start this in your first and your last name. Dornico did not call his housing program Dornico Rigel. Dornico, can you type in the chat what's the name of your program? We all turn this into a business because one of the biggest mistakes that I made in the beginning was also not using the business name on my lease. $40,000 lawsuit because somebody sued me. Learn from my mistakes, guys. I made a bunch of them in the beginning. Trust me on that. This is what I just talked about right here. And then again, if you lost, this is how you become a housing referral agency. Exactly what I'm going over is also in a more structured way in a webinar on our website, and it's only 14 minutes long. It'll change your life. Create a business, and the example is Right Placement LLC. Create a logo, something rememberable. When every one of y'all see the McDonald's Golden Arches, you think of French fries. So think of your logo like that. How do you promote it? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and the post sounds like this. Are you a housing provider and you struggle to fill your empty beds? Give us a call at Slater Solutions. This is exactly what we do. We fill empty beds. See you, Big D. D said he got to go. But see how that sounds, Simonia? I'm giving y'all the verbiage. People are charged y'all just for that. Listen to the verbiage, Miss Patricia. Are you, because I can give you tons of them. Do you rent rooms to people? Are you struggling to fill your empty beds? Call us at, DM us at, this is exactly what we do. We fill empty beds. Our fee is, in the course that I'm telling you guys about, we give y'all the paperwork, the contract, and everything, and the virtual assistant to run it for you. Because most of y'all ain't good at social media. You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to post. We give y'all all of that stuff so that you're successful at it. That's why coaching is so powerful, because even though you have us as the one-on-one coach, I'm still going to gift you for free a virtual assistant. It's just a part of our package. Because guess who answers all of my phone calls? Not me. God has blessed us so much, and my prayer was, God, I want you to make me so busy that I don't have time to answer my own phone. It's become true now. So we have a team of about 8 or 9 of these VAs now. Meet my team. Tara is our executive administrator. She's the boss over all of our businesses and over all the VAs. We can talk about Tara in a second. Nothing happens without Tara. So in the order of our business, God, me and Shay, Tara. Is that clear? Jess, 15 months ago, was trained to be me. Jess now runs Second Chance Housing. I do not run Second Chance Housing the way I used to years ago. When God blessed me with Jess, who lives in the Philippines and works for $5 an hour, which makes them rich in the Philippines, but affordable for us, this became the cheat code for every business I have. And watch this, because we family now, Shay and I own 8 businesses. But the only 2 businesses that I'm good at is this one you watching right now, running my big mouth about housing and real estate, and also doing it from Second Chance Housing. Does that make sense? So Second Chance Housing, my housing program, and me teaching it are the top 2 businesses that I'm good at. The other 6 are all ran by VAs in some capacity. And again, 15, 16 months ago, I trained Jess to become me. so that I don't have to answer the phone. Social media is not done by me. Social media is done by April, my other VA. So all of you all that found me on social media, on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, or YouTube, guess who take all of this footage and chop it up 55 times and repost it all over the world? April does that. Thank you, April, for bringing all of these people in through YouTube. Because without April, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I'm good at running my big mouth of what God has done for me and how to share it back with other people. Okay? I was like, why is everybody texting voicemail? What's going on? I forgot I told y'all that. I was like, is there a glitch in here? What y'all talking about? But yeah, I'm going to go to the voicemail right now. Watch this. Oh, this old phone up here. But yeah, all of this social media, guys, is done by April. My digital marketing company is ran by Danish, who lives in Pakistan. Alex lives in Nigeria. There is no way that I can have a digital marketing company and I can barely turn my computer on, y'all. I am not techie at all. Now, my wife is the opposite, but Jess now completely answers all my calls. Jess is in charge of my schedule. Jess is in charge of our customer service. Most of y'all in this room, if you've talked to me, you've probably went through Jess. Jess controls all of that. I would forget what I got to do every day if it wasn't for Jess and if it wasn't for Tara. Tara is my right hand. Jess is my left hand. Jess is also the right hand to Tara, but Tara's the boss. Tara's the only one that's allowed to make decisions without me or Shay. Nothing we do, nothing without going through Tara. Tara's a genius, right? Tara's smarter than me. Tara just, again, is what you need when you are trying to be successful in your life. You need a Tara. You need a Jess. You need a Alex. You need a Danish. Why not have an April? Because most of y'all, again, I jokingly say this, but I'm for real. Most of y'all are just like me. You're not very techie. You don't have a lot of time. Most of y'all got a full-time job. Most of y'all are entrepreneurs. And most of you guys are not great at social media. You don't know how to do it. But these virtual assistants, guys, for $5 an hour, that's the cheat code to everything that we do. I tell everybody, especially if you're new to us, you know that with us, God is first among all things. God first, virtual assistants, and software and systems. I told people 2 years ago, that's the reason why I'm going to become rich in what we're doing in all things, not just rich in money, but rich in life. And it's because we can always keep God first, virtual assistants, because God gave me a bunch of ideas, y'all. I'm more of a thought leader. I can't put half of these ideas together. But with these VAs, with Hannah works for 3 different companies for us. Hannah does social media for a restaurant in Bermuda, and she does the HRA model for 2 other people. Hannah works for us, though. So look at how we leverage Hannah to work for other people. And that's what I teach you all. How do you get this one VA for $5 an hour, Patricia, and then find 10 people in your phone that need the same stuff you do, the same help you need? And now you just turn that into a business. Guys, that's the only reason why I have 8 businesses, y'all. Not because I think I'm just this all that. These VAs are so good at what they do, you got to turn their skill set into a business. When we hired Teresa, her interview was like, well, Derek, I used to run a podcast and I set it up and I'm nationally syndicated and I post. You did what? Guess who also wanted a podcast? That's how all of this started. I wanted a website design company. I wanted a graphic design company. How dumb does that sound for me? And I'm not very techie. But when I got a developer from Pakistan named Danish and a developer and a web guy from Nigeria named Alex. See how they make your dreams come true? So I tell people in a joking way, Charmaine, these VAs are kind of like a genie in a bottle. You rub it, make a wish, they do it. So again, VA101. In fact, if you got a VA from us and you in this room, just wave at me. Put a number 7 in the chat or something. Say, yeah, say something because it saved your life. Talk about it, Joanne, who got a full-time job, but got 2 of these, multiple businesses, and a job. Joanne, you couldn't do none of this stuff without this VA. Tell them, Joanne. Joanne, tell the people who filled up your whole house with these clients while you at your job. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not, watch this, guys. And that's what I mean by not taking credit. God is so good to us. And again, I can't do half of the stuff that I think of. But with these VAs, prime example, I wanted a credit repair company. I can't repair no credit. Neither do I have time. But guess who can? The virtual assistants that we hire. So I have a credit repair company. I have a digital marketing company. I have a website design company. I have a blog writing and a newsletter writing service. I told you, got trained y'all, over 9 months ago, how to take one VA, how to take an AI tool and put that together and start a newsletter writing business. You guys can write a newsletter in 3 seconds with Chat GPT. You take a virtual assistant, they advertise it all over the world, get 10, 15, 20 customers, and they all paying you $100 a month. Come on, you guys. That's why with every package that we sell, we give you a VA, not just to help you in that one thing, but what other business can you start? See how our coaching goes beyond just this? I hope you guys are really getting this. Hey, and I hope you also see how much we love this. People hid this from us, guys. So when people hid it from us, remember my promise. I said, God, if you give it to me and change my life, I'll just come back and give it away. And that's what we do. So thank y'all so much again for being here. Share the room if you haven't yet. We're going to come right back, actually. And we're going to play some of the voicemails. And we're going to literally talk about what is an HRA, how do you do it, and how does the virtual assistant help you in it? If you've ever had a dream to house the homeless or the displaced or to start your own housing program, but the barrier for you was actually getting the real estate to do it in, we got something that's almost even better for you. And it's called the HRA, Business in a Box. The HRA allows you to be a housing referral agency to where you still can house the homeless and the displaced and start a housing program, but it doesn't require the real estate. You don't have to buy it, lease it, or rent it. You're going to leverage other people that actually have the real estate and then make a referral fee. So we want to give you more information about that. We have a 14-minute free webinar that breaks the HRA down. So no more an excuse of not having the house to do it or not being able to buy or rent or lease a house. Because if God is putting your heart to start this program, start it. So step number 1, get an LLC and brand it. Right? Step number 2, start getting the word out about who you are and what you do and that you offer housing. And again, after watching the HRA webinar, consider the HRA Business in a Box, because in that will be everything that you need to start your own housing program, and you never actually need the property. We're going to teach you how to leverage other people to still make your dreams come true. So the HRA Business in a Box is only $19.97. Check it out. Also, bring your questions here to YouTube so that we can answer it for you. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you catch us at. But don't forget, the HRA stands for Housing Referral Agency, and you don't need the property to still make an impact in your community. All right. So let's get back to it, guys. So I want to jump back into the HRA, and I also wanted to jump back into that voicemail. Let me do the voicemail probably first so that I won't forget it. And let's see where I want to start. So I'm going to actually play a few of them. So for my new people, this will be completely new for you all. But for my older people, you might have heard some of these, but we'll still talk about it. So here's one right here. And hopefully you guys, I'm going to put my volume all the way up. So here we go.
Hey, Derek, this is Alex, your old buddy over here. Just want to get in touch with you. I'm working over at Osceola Corrections now, and I have an inmate who I think would be a good fit at one of your facilities. If you can, try to reach back out to me at, let me give you my email address.
All right. Did you guys hear that? Just give me 2 or 3 people that say yes to that, because I would hate to start talking about it and you guys actually didn't hear it. Let me go to the comments so that I can see it. Did you guys hear that voicemail? Okay. Samonia says yes. Perfect. All right. Some more people said yes. Got another yes. All right. Perfect. So as you guys heard, you can hear from his voice and from what he said, I already knew him. He was just informing me that he now works somewhere different. So where this gentleman used to work at was a substance abuse unit, and at a place that did substance abuse rehab. Now he's at corrections at the jail. Somebody heard it and said, well, Derek, you take people from the jail? Absolutely. Mr. KB just came back home last Friday. A gentleman that I used to house for a long time, years, got into a little trouble, right? Went to jail, came out, violated, went back to jail, came out, called me Friday. In fact, you guys were on this call with me. I think I was live on, no, that was a coaching call, I think. I was showing somebody. Who was that I was with? If Erica is here, let me know. Erica, you and I was doing a coaching call when I showed you on the screen that he was calling from jail. That guy's literally out. So I'm rehousing him now. So, but as I was saying, that's one of the calls that we get all the time from hospitals, from jails, from social service centers, from the local shelter. This is just a great contact. So when I talk about where do we get these people from, some of them are from the relationships that we have with these different providers that are calling us to house these people. This guy, hey, it's your old buddy, man. I'm over here at Osceola Corrections now. Got a great guy for you that I think will be a good fit. Watch me teach a little bit right there. Simonia, why you think he said what he said? Now, if you've never been in this, that's going to go over your head because he said, Derek, a guy that I think will be a good fit for your program. Alex already know my criteria, y'all. That means Alex is not going to call me with a knucklehead. Alex is not going to call me with the guy that nobody else wants. Alex is not going to call me if the funds aren't in place. See the advantage of working with somebody that already knows what you stand for and what you will or will not accept? That means Alex already assessed the gentleman and have decided, yep, this guy be good for Derek. Even though I'm at the jail, these are the exact kind of guys Derek takes. Bang. Does that make sense? Two of y'all tell me, yeah, if that did. But yes, we take people from the jail. Joanne, last time me and you talked, you had almost a contract with the jail. Joanne, can you put that up as well? Joanne says, I'm working right now. My virtual assistant works while I'm asleep. Come on, guys. It's the absolute cheat code. What's up, Miss Libby? Good to see you as well. I can't wait to see you guys Friday. I get to see a lot of y'all Friday. A lot of you all. Angela, Libby, who's that? Joanne. Who's that? Charmaine. A lot of y'all. Katara, I'm still sad we ain't gonna see you. Jeez, Katara. But absolutely. Let me go back over here real quick. I'm gonna play actually one more voicemail before I go back to the I'm gonna give y'all another one. I try to be really careful about not catching anybody's name that's a client. So let me listen to this first before I play it. Here's one right here I want you guys to hear too, right? So this is a guy that was inside a hospital getting ready to be discharged. I'm going to turn my volume back up.
I was given your number by a caseworker at Health Central Hospital. Please give me a call back. I was looking for housing because I'm currently going to be homeless in the next couple of days. My number is 406.
Did you guys hear that? Give me two people to just say yep, and I'm going to play that one actually.
Caseworker at Health Central Hospital. I was given your number by a caseworker at Health Central Hospital. Please give me a call back. I was looking for housing because I'm currently going to be homeless in the next couple of days.
So do you hear that, Charmaine? Like the guy already know that when they discharge him, he has nowhere to go. But guess what he's already got in place? He's got the income already, guys. See, a lot of you guys, you don't know that, just like I didn't. Way back in the day, I had no clue that these guys that are calling that what we call it homeless, they actually got income. They just can't afford a house. They can't afford the apartment. Charmaine, why you think everything that we're going to talk about is you getting that 4-bed, 2-bath home, that 3-bed, 2-bath home? Charmaine, I don't care if you go and get a 2-bed, 1-bath if it works. The point is that we're going to start somewhere because this guy, and just like I said, y'all, and listen to me carefully when I say this, I love the mental health population. I love the bipolar. I love the schizophrenia. I love the schizoaffective disorder. I like all of that. But calls like that, there is nothing wrong with him. Just need a place to live. Patricia, that's the guy I'm looking for. Because also a part of my coaching, I coach you guys to kind of try your best to also house the population that fits your lifestyle. There's a big part of our coaching that also says, let the community dictate what the need is. But still merge that with, what is your lifestyle? And I always give the example of this because my lifestyle is very busy. I coach and teach a lot of people. I speak at a lot of places. I'm busy. I house people myself. So I like the elderly adults. I like the military veteran. I like the working individual. Miss Angela gave me a referral today to a guy that's in college, go to this well-known place where a lot of people go to school to do music at, right? Got a job. Nothing wrong with him mentally. Nothing wrong with him physically. Just can't afford the dadgum apartment. The landlord is basically kicking him out because he can't afford the price that he's paying. Now watch the difference in where he was living. $1,100 compared to my $700 in this room right here. Come on, guys, I'm a no-brainer. Patricia, he got to pay lights and water at that other place probably. I'm a one-stop shop. He can get my Wi-Fi code. He can put a TV in his room. He get no extra external bills from me. I'm a one-stop shop. He pays one fee. I take care of everything else. Does that make sense, everybody? But back to the phone call. Y'all did hear the call, right? 4 more days to go, Mr. Harris said. I love it. Mr. Harry, we so excited. I can hardly stand it, bro. We went to the place today again just to walk through it, to kind of finalize just some stuff with the microphones and pray over the place. So as y'all know that we crazy about God, he crazy about us. So we've already prayed for God's presence to go before us. So when y'all come into place, y'all gonna feel it. Like it's gonna be beautiful. But anyway, back cause see, Harry, you about to get me out, Harry. Back to that phone call. The guy just needs somewhere to go. And guys, guess what? You heard it in his voice. He already know he gonna be homeless because there is no plan B. You guys are gonna be the plan B for a lot of people that need your help. And it ain't always the guy that got depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. It's the everyday Joe. And I've been telling you guys that for months now. And one more time, if you just joined us, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. You in the right place. Because I tell people, not that Derek said it, but the Bible says the poor and the needy will always be among us. Always. And it said that we are to take care of the poor, the needy, the widow. Guys, we just so happen to be doing it through real estate. How genius is that? And again, I take no credit for any of this. I tell you guys all the time, man, God is genius how he merged the real estate and the social services together. Because all God did essentially was take my love for people. That's not a skill set per se, but I'm gonna just call it that. He took my skill set of having a special love for people and my want to be in real estate. And he merged it together. Because when God also showed me the lady that was doing this model, but she was doing it in rats and roaches, I said, the devil is a liar. When we get into this, we're going to change the way homeless people are being viewed, and we're going to change the way they live. We're going to call it independent living facilities. And I don't want a license. I don't want staff, because the people that I want to house, they can cook their own bologna sandwich. They can provide their own transportation, and they can take their own medications, most importantly. Because those are the 3 areas right there that'll get you in trouble in this game, trying to do this when you don't have a license for it. So people say, Derek, how can you do this without a license, bro? Like, I don't get it. It's very simple. We put it in the name, ILF. The most important letter to all of that, Cherie, is the I. Libby, the I means independent. Back to they can cook their own bologna sandwich, provide their own transportation, and take their own medications without the need for a nurse or LPN giving it to them. That's the cheat code to this whole thing. And watch this. I'm so honest and so good at this. Watch this. You can call this whatever you want to, Miss Libby, because some people are going to get twisted on what the name is. This is a shared living environment. And at the end of the day, guess what I'm really doing, y'all? I'm renting rooms to people that can't afford apartments or homes. The difference is the structure, the rules, and the program base that we structure it with. Does that make sense, everybody? It's almost like having a group home without all the red tape and the rules to get into it. But some of the same rules to allow the structure for it to be successful. You can't scale this if it's going to be a clown show. Patricia, when I first got into this was a clown show. Nobody didn't teach me. I learned the hard way. The Channel 8 News, the $40,000 lawsuit. That's how I learned. There was no teacher. There was no guy on YouTube giving this away the way I give this out freely. No. So we learned through the bumps and the bruises. You know that saying, and I'll admit, I used to like this saying, but I don't now. Man, I got it from the mud. Let's get it from the mud. Y'all, that's a bunch of hill of beans. Guys, I got it from the mud so that y'all don't have to. In fact, let me put it in scripture tense. You know the scripture that kind of goes like this, write the vision and make it plain, so that he that readeth it can run with it. Now, most of the people, when they read that, they think that means for them. When I read that, this is what it sounds like. Derek, write the vision and make it plain. Derek, go through the bumps and the bruises and the mistakes of this theme so that when Miss Patricia read it, so that when Miss Cherie read it, so that when Libby and her husband read it, when Mr. Harry and her partner reads it, that they can run with it now. Now, why that was my assignment, I have no clue. Why God wanted me to go through the lawsuit and the Channel 8 News and people hiding it from me and all that peekaboo, no clue why that was like that. I just know that once I got into it and part of my promise, I said, God, if you let me get into it, God, I promise I'll go all over the world teaching it. And God, I'll tell the people it's because of you. God, I won't make them think that I'm some genius. I'm going to tell them, God, that you shined on me and you went, and you blew on this thing and it blew up. And that's my job. I'm no genius. I barely finished high school and Shay tricked me to go to college. Through the grace of God, I finished college, y'all, and landed that social worker job. Guys, I don't want y'all to go to college for 4 years to learn this. Sit under me for 4 hours and take out running. Does that make sense? Write the vision and make it plain so that when y'all get it, y'all can run with it without mistake. That's one of the favorite lines that I always kind of mention during my coaching. I went through the mistakes so that y'all don't have to. Back to this HRA real quick. From the beginning, how do you become a housing referral agency? Meaning, how do you do this and you don't have a house? You can't rent one and you can't lease one. Step number one, again, and kind of how we got into it. What is an HRA? It's a housing referral agency. That means you take your last name and add the word solutions. Foster Solutions, Smith Solutions, Enterprise, or Consulting. Use one of those. Don't use the word housing like I did years ago. When you know better, you do better. So what I know today, I want to name myself Second Chance Housing. It would have been Second Chance Solutions. That just goes deeper into our coaching, but banks hate real estate. That's a high-risk industry. I like to send you guys to the bank to ask for money. And if you got a high-risk industry business, instead of you getting a $20,000 credit card in business, they may give you $2,000. So don't use anything related to real estate. Use words like solutions, enterprise, group, okay, consulting, names like that. Why would you want to be an HRA? Because God put it on your heart. You're supposed to be housing people anyway. And guys, in my opinion, this is the stepping stone to where you need to go before you get the actual ILF Mastery Blueprint to actually do it yourself. But this is why people want to be an HRA. Or if you're like my two women in their 70s, Derek, I'm too old now. Derek, I don't want to house these people myself. So they love the fact that they can just use their cell phone, a virtual assistant, still make money while they're still housing people, but they don't have to house them. You leverage other people. You can call yourself a housing specialist. You can call yourself a HRA, a housing referral agency. Or like I said earlier, brand yourself as this name. I'm Second Chance Housing. So that's my housing and my referral agency all wrapped up into one. The first step to it is create a business, get an LLC or some kind of entity and get a logo so that you can immediately take out running. Because remember, with this business, guys, you can start this tomorrow. Now, obviously, I want you to make a business of it, but essentially, to house these people yourself, that may take some time before you actually get a property. But the HRA, guys, I just told you, I got 4 beds available right now that I'll pay you for. So if you fill my beds by learning this through that free webinar and maybe getting the course, now you got a business and you never need the house. How great is that, that today you learned you can house people but don't need the property? That is genius to me. And you're going to use social media to advertise it and talk about it. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, IG. Right here is very genius. Join Facebook groups of people that are doing this but got empty beds. I'm in about 10 different Facebook groups, y'all, that are concerning with like housing and group homes and stuff. So many people cry about, I can't fill these beds. I got a house. I'm giving y'all the cheat code of how you can make money today. Go and work for those people. And if you're real smart, you get the HRA business in a box and let a virtual assistant do all this work for you. Oh, and by the way, if you're new to us, the HRA is $1,997. But about 4 days ago, it went on sale for like $497. So let me put that in the chat too. That's gonna bless somebody in here. Use the coupon code HRA. Once again, if you want the HRA business in a box that comes with everything, the virtual assistant, the SOPs, the phone scripts, the email scripts, all the paperwork, the course, and the ebook, you guys can get that for $497. That's crazy, because if you know us by now, the virtual assistant service by itself is $697. So if that means anything to you, and if you've been wanting it or you want somewhere to start, or if you get our one-on-one coaching, it comes with the HRA built inside of it. So you don't need it. So a lot of people prefer that. But while this is on sale for only $497, that's $3 short of $500. A long way from the $1997. That's a no-brainer for a lot of people. Back to the coaching. Join Facebook groups, guys, and seek out the people that need your help. To me, that's easy, especially when you're doing it with a virtual assistant that can do all of this for you. This slide right here is so old that when I first brought this out, I didn't give people VAs. So notice I wrote create a script right here. Not anymore. We give you the script, right? And we teach you how to use Chat GPT to be able to do it, to create your scripts for you. So again, I tell people that Chat GPT, which is an AI tool, if you mix that with virtual assistants, you can start any business with that. Right here, I talk about, will you be local or will you be statewide? Will you only serve your city and your state, or will you serve me where I live at, but maybe you live 4 states across from me? Okay, so again, building relationships with other cities and states, with people that have ILF programs, group homes, ALFs, or people that just rent rooms. You can go on Facebook Marketplace right now today and go to that section where people rent rooms, where it's like real estate and stuff. Connect with those people. Hey, sir, so that you say that you rent rooms. I have a referral agency by the name of, just taught you that, remember? And we fill empty beds. Do you mind if I help you, sir? We only charge, name your price. And right there is how you start the relationships of making money, housing people, and you don't need the real estate, y'all. The HRA is genius. I tell everybody, even though most people come to us to get the one-on-one coaching, the ILF Mastery Blueprint, I'll always say it. There is nothing we'll ever create that'll out-top the HRA product because of what it is and what it does. It allows you guys to do exactly what we do, but you don't need a property. It removes all the excuses. With Derek, I can't buy no property. And Derek, I know you said the lease want to rent one, but Derek, I can't rent one either. The HRA, guys, you don't need that. You just need a cell phone. And then if you utilize the HRA business in a box, the virtual assistant does a lot of this stuff for you. I told you guys 30 minutes ago that Jess, my VA, was trained 15 months ago to be me. I don't answer none of my calls at Second Chance Housing. I don't build none of the relationships anymore so much in the community. Jess calls all of these hospitals talking about, hey, watch this. This is a normal phone call from Jess. Hello. Good morning. My name is Jess, and I'm calling from Second Chance Housing. Is this Miss Teresa from Advent Health? Perfect. I wanted to know when's the next greatest time that Mr. Derek and his beautiful wife, Miss Shay, can come by and see you guys. And they want to talk about housing and how you guys can work together to end homelessness. They love to bring coffee and donuts. So just let me know how many people will be at this meeting, and I'll set up everything for you and Mr. Derek. They're going to show up with coffee and donuts. You guys are going to have a great time. And he's going to explain how you guys can work together to end homelessness. Does Tuesday at 9 o'clock work for you guys? Perfect. I'll put it on Mr. Derek's calendar, and I'll make sure that he's there. Guys, that's what Jess does for me 5 days a week. So usually 3 to 4 days a week, I'm in somebody's hospital running my big mouth about housing. So in my city, I become a no-brainer like that. Now, do I have time today to call all of those hospitals? No. Do you? No. Most of y'all at work. Most of y'all got jobs still. No problem. That's why I give you the VA. Now, the $5 an hour, that's on you to pay your assistant. Now, that's your VA. But to give you the VA, that's free on us. And I told you earlier, the HRA, the original cost is like $4,500. We've had it at $1,997 for a long time. But at $497, you'd almost be doing yourself a disservice not to get it, unless you wanted the one-on-one coaching, which again involves the HRA. Because most people, no matter where you're at, you're going to start probably right here as an HRA, because the HRA and the ILF one-on-one coaching is the same coaching until we get the phone call. Because me as an operator, I got a choice to take this guy myself. You as somebody that may not have the property yet, you have to call other people and source that client out to somebody else. So again, the HRA, guys, is what I will always say. There is nothing that will ever offer, in my opinion, even though everybody gets the one-on-one coaching, that'll be more powerful than the HRA, because it removes every excuse that you can't buy a house or rent one. Because I got 2 women in their 70s. That one of them, she said, Derek, I don't want that VA, Derek. I don't know nothing about that. And Derek, I love talking to people. Derek, I'm retired and I got nothing else to do. Derek, I want to talk to people. And that's who people do real good at, that love to talk to people, that don't mind building relationships. She said, Derek, I'm like you. I can run my mouth. I said, well, ma'am, you're going to do real good at this. She doesn't use the VA, but the other one, she loves the VA because she can do the social media. She don't kind of like talking to people, but they both make between $300 and $900 a week, because that's what they charge for their referrals. No different from Miss Angela that called me today about the guy that go to school at Full Sail. If I move this guy in, guess what she gonna charge me? $300. And guess who's gonna be glad to pay it? Me. Because that's a one-time fee for a guy that I never knew. Does this make sense, everybody? You're going to receive a client from somebody that would have never met this guy or gal if it wasn't for your hard work. That's why you're charging. And if you're real smart, with like how we do with the business in the box, we give you the contract. Even though I trust Angela and we can do a mouth by mouth, what about the lady you don't know? That guy, when he sent me a referral years ago, he didn't trust me. That's why he gave me an invoice and a contract. And dummy me, I'm thinking, man, why he charging me? I didn't know that that was a business model. So people that like to talk, Miss Patricia said, she said, that's me. You will do real good at this then. Because most people find it shocking when I tell them today, Miss Patricia, starting today, you should be posting on your social media that you provide housing. Now somebody will say, Derek, why would I announce that I don't have no house yet? Guys, before I ever got my first house, I announced it from 90 days all the way down to 7 days. It's called Call These Things That Be Not As Though They Were. And back then, I didn't have the idea to refer people out. I just was believing God for a house. So my first post said this: hey guys, in 90 days, Second Chance Housing is going to have its first facility. I'm so excited. I didn't have no house in mind. Next post: in 70 days, ladies and gentlemen, Second Chance Housing is going to have its first facility. And oh my God, we're going to change lives in the community through shared housing. I didn't have a house yet. In 30 days, ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, we're so excited. Second Chance Housing is going to have its first facility. Still didn't have a house yet. still praying and believing God every day. I did it all the way down to day 7, Miss Patricia. And Cherie, on day 7, Mr. Derek, remember that house you say you want it? Come by and check it out. I think that's going to work what you told me. Ding, 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 ding. But in this model, you can literally do the same thing with the HRA, but now because of the community that you're going to be in, like me, I got 4 beds right now. My coach is going to teach you no matter where you live at. Today, you live in Orlando, Florida. The great thing about the internet, Miss Libby, I don't care where you live. Patricia, I don't care where you live. Because the internet works anywhere. So in 2 seconds, you can close, you can blink your eyes. Bloop, bloop. You in Orlando on your internet, researching social workers and case managers about housing. Now, when they start calling you, you act like my houses are yours. Because Libby, my houses are yours anyway because you family now. Mr. Harry, you guys are family now. Anybody that's bought that ILF Mastery Blueprint, your family. So every house I have is your house. So there is no reason why any of you all, even that heard me for the first time tonight, say, wow, Derek said, excuse me, that I can watch his 14-minute free webinar and start referring people to him tomorrow? Yes. And I'll give you my criteria right now. I love older people. 60 and up is great. I love military veterans. 70, 80, and 90. I love that age. And I love the guy that's got a job full time and he's really never home, but always at work. Love them guys. I got a bunch of them. They so grateful. Had a guy to tell me today, Derek, I lived in a lot of places like this, and by far, this is the best. And Derek, the last one I stayed in, the lady had me in the garage, Derek, at 116 degrees. Derek, there was tires, tire equipment, tools, but Derek, that's where they had me living at. What? Derek, I was paying $1,100. What? How did I know he's not lying? Because the social worker also told me the same thing the day I brought him in. Now he's in one of my private rooms for $940. He was paying $1,100 to live in a garage with tools and tires in it. Guys, this is why you need it. So whether you have a house or not, this whole HRA play, it's the cheat code for you. Let's get a word really quick from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back. So Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them that we're available. Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license, because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening. But where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem, David. That's actually what I'm here for. And by the way, where did you get that hoodie? I like that. Oh, this? I got this from Second Chance Apparel. I'll put the link below. This is for aspiring entrepreneurs. And the reason why I love to support it is that every shirt or hoodie that you purchase goes back into housing the homeless. All right, good stuff. Give it up for David and Dennis. Good stuff, good stuff. So just a really quick recap on that HRA, guys. To become a housing referral agency, which is, I believe, the stepping stones to becoming the operator, you need to create a business. Let's remove you and the liability from it and create a business, preferably something without the name housing in it, okay? Choose words like solutions, enterprise, group, or consulting, or just something really generic. Prime example. Here's another example of that. I also am a asset-based lender. We do commercial-based lending, which means we do that kind of lending where I'm not like a traditional bank. I don't need your W-2s and know if you have a job. I don't care about any of that stuff. When it comes to investing in real estate, it's something that's called asset-based lending, right? So I'm a commercial broker. And that business is called Qualified Circle. Notice the name has nothing to do with financials or real estate or investing, because again, banks hate high risk industries, which means when I go to that bank, Chase, Wells Fargo, my local credit union, to open up a bank account, I love to ask for business credit or lines of credit as I'm applying to get the business checking. If I would have named that company Qualified Financial, Qualified Real Estate, they would have put me in a category that would have been high risk, and they wouldn't have told me. She would have just silently just typed it in. Yep, high risk. Now instead of me getting that $20,000 credit card, they give me one for like $2,000. And that's not cool. So we teach people the business side of it as well. So we're also business coaches, just in case if you didn't know that. We teach just business in general. We just are really good at the shared housing and the ILF model. That's literally how we eat. That's how I feed my family. And that's what we teach all over the world. Because if you remember, I promised God that if he allowed me to get into it, I would teach it everywhere I go. Second part of that is promote this business everywhere. I jokingly tell people, but I'm serious about this. If you got the best business, if you fry the best fried chicken or bake the best chocolate chip cookies, how do people know to come and buy it if you don't ever talk about it or advertise it? So again, sometimes even paying for ads to advertise it to get you out further, especially newer people that are trying to get the word out about who you are. Sometimes you got to be, you got to pay to be seen, right? And that may mean paying $20 or $50 to go on a Facebook ad, or paying somebody else that may have a large following. Prime example, I just made a really recent deal with somebody that's got this group that they'd like me to be in, and there's over like 20,000 people in it. Well, we've made an agreement now that I'm gonna be able to advertise in this group the way I really want to. That's gonna really help our business, and it's gonna help a lot of people that are trying to get connected to this. So remember, I talked about relationship earlier. Sometimes, guys, it ain't all about the real estate. Sometimes it's about the relationship, right? So also create a script. But if you get the HRA business in the box, guys, remember, we give you a script. If you try this on your own, here's some advice. Use Chat GPT or that tool that's called Copilot. Chat GPT or Copilot. Decide whether you're going to be local or statewide. We do statewide. Jess gets calls from everywhere, so we don't mind. We taught Jess how to give a resource no matter where you live at. So if it's in California, Arizona, Oregon, or Florida, Georgia, or South Carolina, we're going to give resources no matter what. If they don't want to live in Orlando where we are, we're going to still, give resources. The next step 5, talks about, again, building relationships. I keep saying that. Real estate itself, guys, and just any business is a lot about relationship, right? So make sure that you treat people the right way. Make sure you talk to people the right way. You never know who's going to need your help or who help you're going to need. So be careful how you treat people, okay? And consider getting a CRM or website. And the one that we use is called From Digital Flow Solutions. So all 8 businesses that we have are driven by Digital Flow Solutions.net. Again, that's Digital Flow Solutions.net. and that literally runs every website that we have. All 8 businesses are driven by this company. The virtual assistants that we use are from VA 101. I just put both of those in the chat. Digital Flow Solutions serves as our website, our phone, text messaging, email. You can cancel DocuSign. It's an all-in-one platform, guys, to run your business. With Digital Flow Solutions, I guarantee you don't need any other external software system or trial or all these subscriptions that y'all have. Excuse me. It's an all-in-one platform. Again, Digital Flow Solutions.net. And the virtual assistants that we use are from VA101.co. Next step is decide on payment structure. Do you want to be paid per referral? Do you want to put people on retainer? Now, I'll admit, I charge per referral. But there is a method to where you can say, hey, man, you know what? Patricia, if you want to be on my list, you, Livy, and Miss Cherie, I'm going to charge you all $50 a month. That's going to put you at the top of my list and y'all get my calls first for all the clients that come through my phone. But instead of paying my $300 fee for taking the client, because you pay the $50 a month, I'm only going to charge $150 per move in. So a lot of people may choose to do that route. I'll admit, I used to have somebody on that lasted a while. They canceled. But now I literally because I don't do this. Jess does this for me. Remember, I'm busy. That's what the virtual assistant is for. That's why I give you the VA to do this. So again, I'm $300 per referral. You can charge whatever you want, though. You can charge $100, $50, $250. You can charge the whole first month's rent. Remember, this is your business. So you charge whatever you want to. But again, that CRM system and your website, we're going to use Digital Flow Solutions. I'm going to decide on my payment structure, which for me is per referral. So if I call you with the client, Miss Libby, and you move that guy in, that's when I get paid. Mr. Harry, I don't get paid just because I call you and say, hey, Harry, this guy named Brad, check him out. He's 45 years old. Here go his medications. Here go his information from the hospital. Now, you interview him, Harry. But if Harry don't take the guy, Harry don't owe me a dime. We only get paid, guys, when they move in and the guy paid rent to Harry. Because now Harry owed me my $300. Harry's rent is probably $800, $850, $900. No problem. Harry, just give me my $300, bro, and we'll keep it moving. Now, my job is to say, now, Mr. Harry, thank you for taking that guy, Brad. How many more beds you got, bro? Because I want to fill Harry's whole house. Because if Harry's glad to pay me, I'll fill your whole house, Harry. And that's the way HRA people should be thinking. In fact, you shouldn't even leave this room without asking people, who in this room got beds need to be filled? I'm showing you right now how to make money and to make an impact right now. Earlier in this room, about 45 minutes ago, people listed their bed availability. Let's do it again. If you in this room and got beds available, put it in the chat. We're going to network right here and work together right now. I have 4 beds right now. Now, I'm going to type it between Orlando and Kissimmee. And that's not even counting the other ones that I'm connected to. Let me put mine in the chat real quick. So there's mine. No excuses. You actually came into a room tonight where you guys can make an impact and make an income immediately. Show me anybody else coaching that's like that. Show me anybody else that coaches this shared model better than us. And that's not bragging. It's just that God is all over this, and we've been through the bumps and the bruises and all the mistakes. Who else better to learn from? I used to be the social worker for 9 years, and now I'm on the other side of it. So who else would you want to learn this from? And don't forget, God got his hand all over us. And that's the cheat code to everything that we do. Because God is first. Remember, I'm going to say this probably 5 more times before we end it. I said, God, if you let me get into it, I'll take no credit. And that's what I keep telling y'all. I'm no genius. I just saw somebody doing my dream. But Miss Libby, they were doing it the wrong way. How many of y'all have seen somebody doing your dream? Because if you in this room, this is probably your dream. You love God, you love people, and you love real estate, or you trying to get into real estate. That's the kind of people that come around us. You love God, you love people, and you have fallen in love with real estate, or you trying to get into real estate. We're just showing you guys how to mesh it all together. And that's why I say congratulations to everybody that's coming to our June 21st event, which is absolutely sold out. Because, boy, we're going to get down to it. I'm so excited about that. In fact, let's take a little small break on that. Congratulations to everybody that's coming. Make sure that you're monitoring your email. We got a lot of information and just updates that'll be coming to you. This is not an event where you should be scratching your head about talking about what's next or when is this or what time. We got lots of emails because of the system that we use, digitalflowsolutions.net. That's going to give you constant communication. I think I see Shay hopping on because this is probably her part. But stay close to your email. Hopefully you saved us as a good contact and it don't go to your junk. But if you bought a ticket and you're coming to this event, you're going to get a lot of emails about what's going on, updates, and just things you need to know, even as up until the morning of. So I think at 7 o'clock that morning, they're going to send you a text just to make sure that you alive and that you up and you well and you awake. Because at 9 o'clock, it's going down. Coffee, all of that stuff, the refreshments, registration, and we got a special announcement. I think I hear you.
I do, because what we're going to do. Good evening, everybody. This is Shay Forston, the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, co-founder and expert consultant as well here at Forston Consultants. And yes, I have been missing in action, guys, because I am getting ready for the event. So I'm still doing a lot of the working in the background. So that's why y'all haven't.
She's not getting dressed, y'all. Not getting ready like getting dressed. The event ain't until Friday. She just.
I said I'm getting ready for the event. I didn't say getting dressed.
No. That's me clowning. Go ahead.
Oh, but anyway, so I'll be popping in and out of the rooms, but you all will see me bright and early on Friday. But I did want to correct Derek. You should have received all emails. Some people may still be getting the information about the event in regards to just the area and what's going on. But we will be transitioning from email to text messaging. So make sure that you have the 407-326-0086 number saved in your phone as Forston Consultants, because we will be sending out a lot of information based on the date of. You'll be receiving a lot of information pertaining to the event and even following the event. Things that we would request for you to do and have available for us, so that you can get that information quite quickly. I don't want you to have to fumble through your phones to find your emails if they're going to spam or whatever. So the goal is to text message you all. So make sure that you have that phone number saved so that you can and will see all of the messaging that's happening from Forston Consultants leading up to the event. The goal is to have information coming to you very easily. And that way you are, again, abreast of everything that is taking place, where you need to be and at what time, and how the event and the day will progress. So with that being said, Derek, I land my plane and go ahead, sir. I've been tuning in. I'm here in the background, listening and paying attention to what y'all got going on. I see some new faces. I want to say welcome, 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 and welcome to the family, first and foremost. We appreciate y'all for spending the time here with Forston Consultants, and we'll love to, be your personal consultants. And I see the more infos coming into DFS, which is Digital Flow Solutions. So definitely fill out that contact card once you put in more information, because there is more information for you to have and obtain. But we need that contact information so that we are sending it in the right direction. So Derek, I land and I yield and I give it back to you, sir.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So again, just thank you all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. As you can imagine, we're preparing like our whole first half of this year, as everything's been put towards this event. So if you know anything about us at Forston Consultants, we usually have a one-time event every year. And they always used to be master classes, actually. That was kind of the name and branding of it. But because we did trademark independent living facility, it's now known as the ILF conference. So every year, once a year, unless we get pushed and tugged to do a second one, which we kind of feeling it already, we will once a year give this event. So again, if you missed it, you need to plan for next year's event. My team is already talking about they're going to start planning for next year's June event, probably towards December and January. So that's how much we kind of put into this. But I'm just super excited for everybody that's coming. We're going to have a great time. We went and viewed the room again today. It is absolutely beautiful. Everything is going to be 5-star. The experience is going to be great. Our goal is that when you leave this place, you almost feel like you owe us money. So I want it to be so great. You be like, man, I underpaid these people. And that's what we want to make sure of, that we want to give a good time, good camaraderie, that family feeling, great food, great people, most importantly, great information, right? Who cares if the food is great if we come and don't deliver the information? We also got a lot of free things that I ain't even talking about yet that's going to be complimentary to you all that we just want to bless you with. We want to over and beyond excite you all and also just over deliver in terms of what this event is. That is our absolute goal. We will do a survey like always afterwards, just to make sure if we missed it in any way, we want to make sure that we do that. But every year is pretty much what you all will see when you come is a combination of a lot of events that brought it to kind of what you will experience. Because again, we do take a lot of feedback from the people that we serve. So again, thank y'all again for allowing us to serve you. And again, for it's like 2 or 3 families now that want to know about the one-on-one coaching. So I'm gonna go over that, the one-on-one coaching. I'm gonna answer any questions that you may have. I'm gonna go over a possible vendor opportunity that we kind of just, I won't say heard about today, but it was presented to us. We wasn't sure if we were going to do it. There were some really good changes that were made in our favor that allowed us to open up something else. So I think I'm gonna open up 1 or 2 vendor opportunities. God has just been so good to us, man. We not checked in today, but we went to the hotel and the lady wanted to bless us and she upgraded our room to the, hopefully I can say this, but we got upgraded to the presidential suite and we didn't pay for it. So the lady was just grateful that we came back to this location to do the event again. She just thought that we were great people. She felt the love of God on us. She said, man, you know what? I want to do something for y'all. And this is a surprise. She said, I already asked my manager and my GM, would you guys mind being in the presidential suite? Shit, I was like, really? Us? So we're super excited about that. Nobody's ever even slept in this room. Like, these rooms are so new. Shay and I would be the first one to literally sleep in the presidential suite at the Hotel Landy. So if you ain't no hater, put a number 7 in the chat. Big shout out to me and Shay. So for all that we're doing for you all, they blessed us with the private suite. So if you guys are happy about that, put a number 7 in the chat for me and Shay. But let's jump into the one-on-one coaching. I want to talk about what's all involved in that. I will lead off by saying this. If you've enjoyed tonight, and this is just me treating y'all like family, just kind of going in it, this is kind of very similar to the one-on-one coaching, but now us catering it to you and to terms of where you live at. So on this YouTube channel, I can talk in general. I can kind of give examples and all of that stuff. But the one-on-one coaching is where I can cater it to where you live at and to your situation. So this is what's involved in it. Because we know most people aren't very techie or tech savvy, and don't have time to do this stuff. A lot of this is built for you. So it's essentially kind of a business in a box. So the one-on-one coaching involves the logo. We're going to build your website. So your internet footprint with your direction, with your color scheme, with your info, your input, my team is going to build it. The one-on-one coaching is most important. So everything that I'm getting ready to name a lot of stuff that's involved in this package. But most important is that website, your internet presence, and the coaching from us, which means that we don't turn our back on you. This is one-on-one coaching. You're going to have my phone number, meaning what we're doing right now, the next time when you get the coaching, it's only me and you on this screen, because most of my coaching is either on video for probably the first 5 to 6 weeks. And then if you want to be phone calls after that, we go to that. But it's one-on-one coaching. Every ebook, every curriculum, every course that we've ever created, you guys get it. Again, all the ebooks, all the curriculum, Every course, every curriculum. Remember the HRA that I talked about on and on and on? That's inside of this package. So the HRA ebook, the HRA course, the HRA SOPs and the how-to, the HRA phone scripts and the email templates, meaning what are you saying to these social workers? What are you saying to the case managers? And remember, we giving this stuff to a VA. Unless you say, no, Dick, I don't need no VA, bro. I'm good. No problem. But we'll give this stuff to a VA. You're also going to get the ebook and the teaching on how do we get these properties. Derek, how do I rent a property and then, rent it to a bunch of other people? What do I say to the landlord? All that's in this book, and you still get it from me. You also get the role play of this. Even though you're not handing out medications, I want you to understand them. So I give you the medication management list of what most of these clients that we serve, what will they be taking? What does it affect? What does it calm down? What happens if they don't take it? So we can, make decisions on even sometimes according to their medications as well. So again, right here, big cheat code. It's the virtual assistant. Now, all of you all that purchase the ILF Mastery Blueprint, you get this as well. All of this is involved inside of that. And then the community for the VA 101, the virtual assistant private community, you're in it. The HRA private community, you're in it. The one-on-one coaching, you're in it. So that's what's involved in our one-on-one coaching, guys. The paperwork. And up until we sold out, the actual event was a part of this. So obviously now if you purchase this, the event is already sold out, right? Unless you just pull some crazy strings with Shay. But that was also involved in this. So that was a great time for a lot of people that got it. But essentially, guys, that's what's involved. All the paperwork, all the teaching, all the curriculum, all the VIP communities, the virtual assistant, the HRA business in a box, every ebook, every curriculum, and every course we ever created, you actually get it. Now, for the family that asked about the do-it-yourself version, imagine all of this, but now remove me. That's the only difference. So you guys can get the one-on-one coaching for only $7,500. We also allow people to split it if need be. But the original cost is $15,000, but the scholarship brings it down to only $7,500. But if you say, well, Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching, bro. Like, I don't need you to hold my hand, Derek. But yes, do build my website, build my logo, Derek. Give me all the paperwork. Let me still come to YouTube for free, Derek. But give me that do-it-yourself version. You want that. So just literally about a month ago, we've never offered that. That's actually new. I always thought of my little big kid, everybody need my one-on-one coaching. That's not true. People have been asking for it for years, and finally we gave in. So everything that I just mentioned, you get all of that for only, $24.97? So for $2,500, you guys can get our ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version. And again, that's simply for people that say, well, Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching. Just do all of that other stuff for me. Give me all the paperwork, and I can take off on my own. That's the do-it-yourself version. So again, if this is something that you want, just let my team know. And obviously, because we're so close to the event, all coaching will start after the 22nd of June. But if you also want to share it and you want to go half with somebody else and you already got your half, a lot of what people have been doing is texting the word half to 407. And let's absolutely do this. So if you want to go half, just text 407-326-0086. Text the word half. Or if you already know a partner, your business partner, somebody you want to go in with, just let us know so that we can split the invoice. But if you want us to find somebody that maybe also responds to this, we can match y'all together. So 2 ways to do that. Text the word half, meaning, Derek, I got my half and I'm ready. Text that. And then if we get somebody else to match you with, we can do that. Or you can just bring in your own half partner, let us know, and we split it. Or if you're that loner that says, no, Derek, I want to do this on my own, bro. Like, I don't want no partner. Send me I'll go do the $7,500. That could just be done from our website. Just apply for the scholarship and boom, you're good there. But if you want to half it and just pay that $37.50 times 2 with somebody else, just text us the word half to 407-326-0086. 86. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I finally did what you guys been asking me to do for probably about 2 or 3 years now. We get a lot of questions for people that says, Derek, do you just sell the paperwork? Derek, do you have a do-it-yourself version? And guys, I'll admit, we've never had that. We truly believe in the one-on-one coaching, but the more that we listen to you all as our customers and as our family, my job is to do what you guys need, which is a lot of people have been asking for the do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So guys, we've done that. So for only $2,497, we've created a version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint where you can actually do it at your own pace. And again, everything's involved except for me being the one-on-one coach. So again, one more time, we want to offer to you guys a do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. And you guys can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB-DIY. And that's for people that says, Derek, I just want the paperwork. And Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching. I want to do this at my own self-pace. And guys, we've listened. So we've developed the ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version. And again, for only under $2,500, that's a no-brainer. And that is something that you want. You guys can either visit the website or simply just text my team DIY to the phone number 407-326-0086. One more time, you can text the word DIY to 407-326-0086, and we'll get you the information that you need to be able to move forward so that you can do it at your own pace. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the top. All right. So we are
Hey,
back.
Derek.
What's up, Michelle?
I do have something I wanted to say. So for those of you that are unable to make it, make sure that you have your notifications on for Forston Consultants, because I will be going live during the event. There will be certain segments of the event that I do plan on going live from Forston Consultants social media. You don't know which one I'm going to pop up on, so make sure you are following Forston Consultants on all of our social platforms. I do know it'll be one of the two, Derek. It's going to be between Facebook and Instagram. I'm not going to say which one.
Okay.
But I am going to do some lives during the entirety of the event. I'll try to pop in and pop out several times, so you don't want to miss that. I might let you get a glimpse of some of the information as the speakers are speaking. So go ahead and make sure you are glued to Forston Consultants during the event. Of course, we will ask that our attendees, there will be opportunities for the attendees to go live, but we do not want y'all to broadcast the whole event. Okay, y'all just respect that one in that. But we will have some information, and we will go live at specific parts of the day to just let you see what's going on and have a glimpse of what you can expect at the next ILF conference, and that you will be ready to jump on board and join us at our next ILF conference, whether it's in Orlando or wherever we choose to pop up on you for our upcoming events. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm done, Derek.
Good stuff. Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. Because oftentimes these virtual assistants, guys, can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God has given you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co, and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise. All right, let's do it. So any questions, guys, about the ILF Mastery Blueprint? Any questions about the HRA? Also, don't forget the HRA alone right now is on a sale. I think they're doing that through Friday. I can't remember how long Tara said that she was going to put that sale on first. We originally put that in the ILF Academy, which is our free Facebook group. So if you haven't joined our free Facebook group, make sure you do that as well. The ILF Academy. I don't actually announce that enough. Make sure you guys are sharing that group as well. And it's called the ILF Academy. And I want you guys to join that. It's absolutely free. A lot of times I do a lot of deals and sales and special things in there before I ever bring it to the public. So I'm trying to find a new group of people to spoil. So my IMB members, ILF Master Blueprint members, you guys are spoiled just from day one that I meet y'all. But aside from that, I wanted to pick a group. And it's hard to do YouTube like that because you guys just kind of come on sporadically. But the group that I can control, the ILF Academy, which is our free Facebook group, you guys get a lot of things there before I put it there. Also, send me a friend request on Facebook. I want to be your friend, right? Make sure you follow us, like Shay said, on Facebook at Forston Consultants. Forston Consultants at Instagram, but also befriend me at Derek Forston on my personal page. Because we do sometimes post a lot of things there that may not make it out to the public all the time. So remember, I want y'all to be nosy. I don't want you to miss nothing in terms of information when it comes to getting this thing started. I want you guys to be wrapped all up in it. And I want you to see, because we believe in something that's called POC. And again, for us, that's just simply proof of concept. I want to be able to show you guys, right? Because a lot of people will hide this from you. That's my whole story. People hid this from me. So as y'all guys notice, man, we're very open with this information, okay? So let me check the chat real quick. I'm going to check the chat for some questions, and I'm going to come right back to you all. We figured out your problem. You have a great business or a great business idea. You just don't have a website. So visit digitalflowsolutions.net and get the best website in the world for only $97. And then you just pick your monthly plan. Let's get back to the content. You heard the guy. Get a website for $97, guys. Whatever your idea is, whatever your plan is, you need a digital footprint. So make sure that you get a website. And remember, with our package, any of our packages, we actually build your website for you and we host it. So you don't have to worry about that. One more time for the Robinson family that just came in. They apologize for being late, but I want to go over something with them really quickly. Simply, this is again what it looks like, Robinson family. Not rocket science. Those are twin beds. And now we do the platform beds. I'll just give that gem out now. I don't do box springs anymore. So every house that I have now, I'm slowly getting rid of the. In fact, I'm going to start taking a video. Every time I throw out a box spring, I'm going to start showing it. And we get them from Amazon. So those newer, well, they're not new. They're newer to us. But I call them platform beds. I'm not sure what people call them. But now we're using the bed model now that doesn't take a box spring. So it's the frame of a twin bed, and it only takes the mattress, which gives storage now under the bed. So here's a major gem, actually, right? So it's no secret, but it's just a gem. This style of bedding gets rid of, or it fights against, bed bugs. So bed bugs can be a nightmare. No matter if you talk about in your home or in your housing program, complete nightmare. But what will kind of not attract them so much and where they can't spread so much is that if you get rid of the box spring, because if they get down in that mattress and in that box spring and in that wood, they hatch like crazy and it spreads further. So two things. For one, we don't do box springs anymore. We do the platform beds. And now all of our mattresses are encased inside of a polyurethane or some kind of thick plastic to where it has a zipper on it. That also will save you guys. How do I know? I've been through it, guys. Every problem you can imagine when it comes to housing, I've been there, done it, wrote a t-shirt about it, book about it too. Okay. So no more box springs. Go to Amazon and get those twin platform. They're called, I keep saying platform, but frame. Type in twin frame in Amazon. And or go to my page and be nosy. Look at them. I took pictures of it. That's why I want you guys to follow me, not just to be friends, but go be nosy and look at the learning that you can get from it. Okay. I'm not somebody that's going to hide this from you. If you can't notice this by now, even though I got all kinds of coaching, we don't hide nothing. I want you to get it. Okay. So that was a question that they had. And I think that's it. I'm actually well over my time as usual. Right? Y'all know that we love this, but I want to make sure that I honor everybody with questions. Oh, Shay, are you still here? Because I don't know if Shay leaked it out, but let me see. And I hope I don't mess this up, but Harry, no. Shay screaming no. So I think we got a message for Harry. And it's good news. Ain't nothing bad, Harry. But yeah, Shay will probably send y'all a message about something. Okay. Let me see. God, please help me to implement this model in Jesus' name. That is absolutely our prayer all the time. Because what we want you to do, Miss Libby, is move at the speed of instruction. And lucky for you, Libby, you just bought our coaching. So you got me. You one-on-one. You don't have to wait till I come on YouTube. Like, yo, you guys are going to have my number. Right? So unless that's a different Miss Libby, I think that's the Libby that's our family now. So Libby, you're going to be just fine. And that's a part of my prayer. In fact, I'm going to pray that at the end too. Let me check the chat again. Miss Patricia, thank you so much for being here as well. You were new to us tonight, so thank you as well. And Patricia, let me know, did Dornico invite you, or did you all just happen to be from the same area? Yeah, I want to know that. And don't forget to join the ILF Academy, everybody. Absolute free Facebook group. You can bring any questions that you want there. We also go live in that group at times as well. Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain. So that now when Miss Patricia get it, she can read it and run with it. Because I've already made the mistakes. Our prayers that God make the way easy. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Cherie. She said you guys deserve it. I guess that we was talking about the being blessed with that presidential suite. Also, if you're a speaker, we actually have a meeting that'll be in that suite that morning. I think it is. You guys will get an email about that. I think that's it. I don't see any other questions here. So that means I probably answered everything. Let me see. Let me make sure I go all the way to the top. Yep, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So again, thank y'all so much again for allowing me to pour into you all today. Again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the absolute ministry for you to be in. This is not only a business, but it is a ministry, because remember, Derek didn't say it. The Bible said that the poor and needy will always be among us, and we're just literally doing God's will. We just so happen to be doing it through real estate. So again, if you ever wondered how to merge all of this together, the love of God, social services, helping people, and real estate, this is it. And they're called independent living facilities, which simply stands for independent living facilities, but we call them ILFs, right? And again, that's just an environment where adults, not kids, not married couples, not boyfriends and girlfriends, not the pregnant lady with 3 kids already, but adults, the single adult male, the single adult female, where they're able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight, right? So again, as long as the environment is clean and it's safe and it's affordable, that's exactly what we want to offer, right? Even do these in mobile homes. And before that mobile home looked like this, it actually looked like this. So we have a whole rehab crew that actually helps and does all of this stuff too. My rehab crew travels just in case if you got a big job, let us know. But if you're in Central Florida, Orlando, anywhere, within 2 hours of us, absolutely let us know. But we'll go as far as Cleveland, Georgia, doesn't matter if the job is big enough. And then we'll turn it into something that looks like this. In fact, for you day 2 people that are coming to the event, Shay is going to be walking you all through a house that looked like crap before she completely rehabbed it and moved her ladies into it. Because remember, my wife houses the women. I don't house women now. Okay. Shay houses the women, I house the men. And then when you get really good like Shay, and then when you master the art of housing people, this is when you're able to do all this other fancy stuff that people can now pour into your program because of what you do. And Shay necessarily don't have to pay for these services. These are companies and people that want to now come out and pour back in to the Angela Denise Foundation because Shay's nonprofit, because they're battered women and they want to give her their time. Which the blessing goes back to them for that as well. When you give her your time, your talent, and your treasure, God gonna honor that. And remember what I told you guys, man, the reason why this is such a cheat code for you two in your city is that God loves this. Because we live by something that sounds like this. We want to please God. We want to help people. We want to be respected by the community while we're doing it. and we want to make enough money to feed your family. I want somebody to actually type that into the chat, because that's going to be on a t-shirt too. This is what we live by. No matter what we do, we want to please God. We want to help people. We want to be respected by the community while we're doing it. And some people hate to say this last part, but y'all, I want to make a bunch of money doing it so that I can continue building the kingdom of God, because this is ministry. You think this is a business, but this is ministry, guys. Can you imagine having a business where the blessing of God was already built into it? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what this is. Can you imagine having a business to where the blessing of God and your financial well-being was already built into it because you're doing God's will? God said the poor and needy will always be among us. God said that we're to take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. God said when you do it unto the least of thee, the marginalized, the homeless, the displaced, it's like you're doing it unto me. Lord have mercy, Patricia. Can you imagine doing God a favor? Lord have mercy. And that's the part that just makes this such a cheat code. Show me something else in life where I can do God's will. I can help and pour into people that are on their last leg. You all they got. And where you can also make enough money to feed your family. That's powerful, man. And that's why I say, man, you can't, other than being a preacher or a pastor of a church, you show me something else to where I can show the love of God, be the hands and feet of Jesus. These are women that have never had a makeover, women that have never had their nails done, women that have never had a back massage. Some of y'all get a massage once a month, twice a month. This is what the love of God looks like when you're doing it through real estate. And remember, I'm asking a question. Can you imagine having a business to where the financial blessing of God, the well-being, covering, and favor of God was already built into it? Why would you do anything else? My regular job that I used to have, it served a purpose, but was I in purpose? Was I doing the will of God? I was kind of a chain in it. I was a part of it. I was a social worker that had to refer people to housing, but how great is it now that I'm housing them? No different from the HRA, y'all. You are still housing people as an HRA. You just don't have the house to do it. But back into how you're able to get people that had never, this lady never had makeup on her face before. Never had her hair done, washed, and blowed out. Can you imagine that? Now, sometimes we take that stuff for granted. We go get our nails done, our pedis, our manis, all of that stuff. Shay tricked me a couple years ago, y'all, to go get my feet done. I love it now. Every time Shay go, I want to go. You know what I'm saying? But we take that for granted. In fact, after the event, Shay got us one scheduled to get massages, and because y'all, it's a lot putting on these events. So we got to relax and rest after this. But sometimes we take that for granted, y'all, where these women have never experienced that. How great is it now that you can pour that in and maybe not even have to pay for it because of your program? People want to pour into you. Let's get a word from David and Dennis. We'll be right back. Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information. And guys, I'm getting ready to get out of here, but I just wanted to show y'all again kind of just some other stuff that you can do once you kind of master the art of housing, that's when you can kind of start like adding other stuff. But remember, especially under our coaching, we want you guys to master the art of housing. Don't get so caught up in all this other stuff. Master housing, because trust me, that's enough all by itself. Okay. Let's see. Joanne said, yes, metal frame, awesome, from Amazon. No bed bugs can penetrate metal. Love it. Thanks, Derek. About $80 for a twin frame. So that's about right. But the ones I ordered, and I will admit, Joanne, mine was a little under that. So mine were $51 a piece. So for $100, so to speak, you can do a room. And that's what I've been doing. So I've been doing a room at a time. In fact, I had to argue with one of my clients. She's like, well, Mr. Derek, why are you going to take my box spring? I say, bro, your roommate already got one. And didn't you hear him say that he love it? It's going to be the best night's sleep you've ever had. So he didn't understand the concept. I said, man, listen, my program said we got to do it like this, bro. This ain't me. Oh, okay, I get it. See, that's in some deeper coaching. Tell you that on another time. But now that he got it, he's like, Derek, boy, I love it. And I can put all my shoes under my bed. I can slide my little storage unit under my bed. I said, see, didn't I tell you? So my clients actually love them, Joanne. So I'm doing a room at a time. In fact, I just ordered 2 more. So I'm doing a room at a time, right? I just had a guy move out when it was last Friday. He moved out. Me and Mr. L that lives in the house put the bed together. In fact, I'm going to take a video of it next time. Because I say, hey, man, when we put these beds together, I want to take a video of me and you doing it. And then I'm going to put it on that speed up so that people can watch us how we're transitioning from the regular bedding to the no box spring, but to the platform twin. So I'm going to show you guys a video of that. But please become my friend on Facebook and go be nosy and look at that stuff. Just spend some time looking at the content in terms of what we do. That way you guys can get a good feel of it, right? It's one thing to talk about it, but when you can see it, and that's why I'm really excited for all the people that's coming to the June event that sold out again, guys. So don't try to buy no tickets. But the day 2 of it, Shay's going to walk you guys through a property that she rehabbed from top to bottom. And now all of these women live in it. So back in this picture, guys, this is when I was still housing the women per se. Shay was just kind of being pulled from corporate America. And this is the first house that I gave Shay. I was like, all right, Shay. Because when the idea for Shay to get into it, Shay was like, okay, well, Derek, well, what I'm going to do? I said, well, you're going to house these women now. And Shay's got a whole story about how she created the Angela Denise Foundation, why she did that. Now, you guys that are coming to the event, Shay's going to go a little deeper on that and tell you the nitty gritty of how that started, why she did that, right? So, and then after that, we'll start spilling more of that here live, but we want to save that for the event. But again, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. If you're new to us, make sure that you're following us on Instagram and Facebook at Forston Consultants. Befriend me on TikTok and Facebook on my regular at Derek Forston. And again, share this with a family member, a pastor, a bishop, or anybody that loves God, loves people, or loves real estate. Okay. So again, this isn't rocket science, but today we talked about how do you start your own housing program and don't need all the permission from your city or your state. Because again, the people that we're housing, remember, they're independent. They don't need those external services, which actually causes you to need that license. So again, we skip the license route because we're housing people that don't require to be fed, bathed, or to be given medication to. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys out of here. Y'all be great. Don't wait to be great. And again, if you bought your ticket to the event, make sure that you're tuning in. We probably will not go live tomorrow. Probably the first time in over a year that we've not gone live on a Tuesday. But probably from here on out, we're going to be super focused and laser focused on the event. So if you're new to us, just make sure that you do watch some of the replays. But most importantly, let's get on a phone call. So text that phrase more info to 407-326-0086. Remember, that's the starting point. If you do that, you're going to immediately get that webinar to watch. Watch both of them. Because remember, it's the ILF one and the HRA. And then immediately set up that call with us so that we can get on the phone to talk about how can we get you started or any questions that you may have. And that's the first starting point to all of this. And then go back to YouTube, continue to be nosy, friend me on Facebook, join the ILF Academy, because that's free. It's called the ILF Academy. Join it. It's already information and teachings in there. I drop about 2 or 3 things in there a week. And any questions that you have, we also answer those. So again, thank y'all so much. Again, we super appreciate it. Thank you for our sold out event. We appreciate that. I'm going to pray you guys out of here and I'm going to let y'all go, but definitely go and watch that stuff and move at the speed of instruction. Okay. Father God, thank you so much for the seed that was sown today. Thank you for the ability to give what you so graciously just given me, God. And today, by your Holy Spirit, God, bring all of this information back to their remembrance and allow them to move at the speed of instruction to get it done. Father God, the devil is a liar in their life. The devil has no access to their life, their business, or their family. Today, again, the devil is under our feet. The devil is under their feet and has no ability to stop the will of God in their life. Father God, bring about all the resources to allow these people to be active in what we're talking about. Father God, again, make the way easy and open every door opportunity. Open every door for the real estate. Open every door for every relationship that they're supposed to have. And Father God, any relationship that they're not supposed to be involved with, or any people that are not supposed to be around this while they're doing it, God, remove them. Put them around the right people at the right time to make your plan come true in their life. Because God, you get all the glory, you get all the honor, you get all the praise. God will take no credit. In fact, God, we decrease so that you can increase within us. And God, you're good, you're able, and you're good. And there is nothing that can stop you and the lives of these people. Because God, if you did it for me, you would do it for them. You're no respecter of person. And what you did for me, God, you will do it for them even better, because that's my prayer. God, allow them to outdo the teacher. There are certain times you talk about how the student outdoes the teacher. God, let it be so in these people today. God, you've already blessed me and you're doing a great job at it. Now bless these people that are under the sound of my voice right now. And God, I tell you right now, we'll be ever so careful to give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise, which is due to your name. And God, we say thank you. God, before these people ever get their first set of keys to their first house, we dedicate it to you now. God, we call it your program. Thank you for allowing these people to be the overseer of it. But God, you're the CEO. You run the whole show. God, thank you for allowing us to partner with you to do this thing that you've put on our heart. God, allow us to merge social services and real estate and the love of God together. Because God, we love you. We love people, and allow us to use real estate to merge it all together. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. If y'all believe that, say amen. Amen. And amen. Y'all be great. If y'all are coming to the event, we will see you Friday, 9 a.m. sharp. May God be with you. May God bless you. And the devil is a liar, and he is under your feet. You will succeed, and you will do everything that God has called you to do and that God has called you to be. From my family and from me, from Forston Consultants, again, we just want to say thank you for everybody that purchased the ticket and for everybody that now calls themselves family as a part of Forston Consultants. Don't wait to be great, and we'll see you guys probably Saturday. I probably won't be available because I'm going to be sleeping. We'll see y'all next Monday in Jesus' name. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this information. But just in case, if you was wondering, how could you get more one-on-one coaching just like this? First of all, you can ask just by typing it in the chat, or you can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB. Again, the IMB stands for ILF Mastery Blueprint. So again, if you want one-on-one coaching, let us know. This is exactly what we do. And again, don't spend all your time in this room today without asking questions. As you see, we're giving out a lot of great information. So make sure you ask your questions just to make sure that you fully understand it. And then also don't forget, we give you guys a free strategy call. So we want you to watch our webinar. That's also at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, but also soak up a lot of this information that we're giving you guys on YouTube, and then schedule a free strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information. But let's just say you want more one-on-one coaching, just like what you're receiving now. You're actually looking for our ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's our hand-holding one-on-one coaching, where that's what most of the people that come to us, that's what they want. They don't want to just watch me on YouTube all the time, right? They want me in their back pocket for one-on-one coaching. And what's super powerful about it right now, that there's a scholarship that's actually available that brings that down to only $7,500, a long ways from the normal price of the 15 grand. So even doing this live right now, if you guys text IMB below, my team can send you over some information. But nevertheless, definitely go over and see forstonconsultants.com and check us out there as well. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the content, but I just want to let you know there's still time to apply for the scholarship for the ILF Mastery Blueprint, and that's our one-on-one coaching. So there's a lot that comes with it. So I'm just going to guide you guys to the website so that you can kind of check it out for yourself after we're done here. So you're going to visit forstonconsultants.com. Then you're going to click the tab that says Products and Services. The first thing that's going to pop up is the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Click that tab that says Learn More, and it's literally going to give you step-by-step instruction of what you can do. And it's real easy of how you can apply and win the scholarship to apply to the price so that you can get our one-on-one coaching here at Forston Consultants. Let's get back to the content. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show.